You're watching the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
Well, beauty of a day here in Northeast Florida. A little accident. It was a carnival that flipped over on a trailer on 295 today. So if you're stuck in that, hopefully you find a way to listen to the Brent and Austen Show. All you got to do is plug it in, Action News Jacks app or actionsportsjacks.com or YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch. We'll take you through your ride if you're logged in. But thank goodness for that toll lane.
Yeah.
or Ronan would be doing the show here with you. What's happening, YB400? Inside a week until the draft, I am not Casey Kurtz. This is Brent Martineau along with Austen Lane and Nick in the daytime. He is in the booth today. Hamby celebrating a district championship, by the way. He won.
Oh, for his baseball team?
They won it.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
No one told me.
They won it.
Nice.
Yeah. I guess you did well again on Happy Hour. I'm getting tweets about it and everything.
Yeah, we had some fun. One might wonder, did I push the Ashton Jeanty narrative a little bit where Vegas was watching the Happy Hour show yesterday and bumped the odds up a little bit? You seen the latest odds now in Ashton Jeanty?
The odds are flying. I mean, really started to happen like during the show yesterday.
Yeah.
Right?
But now it's a little higher.
And even more today?
Plus 380.
So what was it yesterday? Do you remember?
Plus 440 or something.
Wow, that's kind of weird for odds to kind of dwindle that, right? Usually it's like 500 or like 400 or 300. Now it goes
trying to get that production bump.
Why do you think? What would you attribute the move to Jeanty on the Vegas stuff? And I know you were talking about Tyson Campbell, and that was kind of a fun time about a few years ago in 2021 when that really started to happen. Mm-hmm. And I just what
you did get a lot of shout outs on Happy Hour.
Oh, did I?
I was sure to shout you out a couple of times.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
See, we can telephonic more than the Bautista.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We had some moments yesterday, didn't we?
We did have some moments.
I'll have to go back and listen to my name called then yesterday on Happy Hour. Mm-hmm. But why does it go? Why does it happen? Is it smoke? Is it rumors? Is it logic? Because here's the funny thing. Mm-hmm. We got people in town that they make me laugh too. Like I almost want to do one next week. Okay. I'm going to do, hey, here's what we know. Here's what we're hearing. Here's what we're hearing.
Sure.
You're hearing nothing out of the building because they're not going to tell you anything that they know, right? Mm-hmm. Buildings are not going to tell you that thing is a locked door. It's Fort Knox, that wall.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
They don't tell you what they're doing. They might smoke screen and leak some stuff out.
Yeah.
But they're not telling you what they're doing. This is a league of paranoia. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Jags just said in a pre-draft meeting this week they don't do 30 visits in part because they don't want to tip their hand at all.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if teams operate under that, why do we get the move? We know that, by the way. I know we love to read stuff, and we believe. If I sit here and say, hey, Ashton Jeanty, man, the Jags are hot on him right now.
Correct.
Right? You're going to be like, yeah, I believe you, Brent. Right? Odds, I'm not sure Vegas is going to move if Brent says it. But my point is, nobody knows what the Jags are going to do, I would think. Very few people know. Right?
Very few people know, but some people have an idea, and I think this comes down to agents. I think agents and PR people. And obviously, too, if you have some scouts that want to leak information, right? Like in the past, there's been, as the underground warriors, I call them, that are on Twitter that, kind of have the sources or the scoops first, right? So sometimes that comes into play. Sometimes I think agents know a little bit of that. They have a good feel for everything. And listen, I'm not really sure where the Ashton Jeanty news stemmed from, why he's climbing up the boards, but once again, I think if you look at what James Gladstone, what kind of player he's into, the fact that I don't want to say you're in a rebuild, but like you're trying to build a foundation for a new regime. I think there's some logical explanations of why Jeanty could be climbing up boards.
Yeah, listen, that part is that's absolute logic. We talk about that all day, right? We're trying to talk through that. Is it Mason Graham? Logically, to me, it doesn't say it's not as loud as everybody else.
Yeah,
Jeanty has some logic to it from an upgrade. The more you talk about it, there is some logic to it. but I don't know if there's a ton of, well, there's logic to it. The offensive line to me doesn't have logic to it. The Jalen Walker one has some logic to it. You know what I mean?
See, that one doesn't have logic.
It doesn't to you.
No.
So that's and that's cool. That's the fun part of the draft. And I think logic is a great thing to get from. I think that's a nice ground zero point for everybody to start with. And like, okay, what makes sense? Like, what are we going to get here on Thursday night at 9 o'clock and say, well, that makes sense. Because you really don't. Now, you can go outside the box just to be right, which a lot of people like to do in mock draft season. Yep. But if they go outside the box, you're going to be critical, most likely. Right? If they go Ted McMillan, everybody's going to be like, well, that's weird. That's fun, but it's kind of weird. Nobody else had him up there. Groupthink didn't have him up there. So it's just wild to me that it changes, and I get it. I think if you go ask people in the league and GMs around the league, or other people talk to other people about other teams, not necessarily about their own team. So like you name it. You go call, hey, what do you think the Jags are going to do?
Yeah.
Like, hey, I think there's a really good chance they could take Jeanty. I mean, why wouldn't they upgrade? This would make logical sense for me from the outside looking in. And I guess that's kind of how this stuff comes up. The reason why scouts are a good one, right? Jeanty, who's talking to him? Who's doing this? But don't we know so many different storylines in the draft where it's like, how many people said, hey, Austen, we're going to be interested in you, and we might pick you in this round or this round if things fall this way, but it never really materializes that way. And then all of a sudden it's like, the Jags, and I'm not saying this happened in your case, but hey, the Jags pick up the phone and call, and they're like, yeah, I never even talked to the Jags at the Combine. I never talked to the Jags at Pro Day. I never talked to the Jags anywhere, but they called and, happens all the time. So what do the agents even know?
Yeah, but I think when we're talking about like a top 10 player compared to like I was a 5th round pick, I think there's a little difference there.
Yeah.
Right? Because, I mean, you can go ahead and put the smoke screen out there because you can maybe trade back with it then. You can trade with somebody. But like if a team's interested in a player, especially at I think a pretty, I don't want to say unique position, but like not everyone's craving a 1st round running back.
True.
Right? So I think if you're the agent of Ashton Jeanty, you got a pretty good feel for what teams he might go to.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I mean, the Eagles aren't going to like, oh, we're taking, I mean, like, there's a very select few teams I feel like that are in the Jeanty sweepstakes.
Yeah, and so I'll give you another theory then. Could a lot of this buzz and talk and some of this potential smoke have to do with somebody trying to get ahead of the Raiders, because the Raiders have been really penciled in for a lot of people, a lot of groupthink. And I don't know if the league says this way, but the outside experts say this way, that, hey, the Raiders are really going to be interested in a guy like Jeanty, right? You've seen him mocked there a lot, whether that's right or wrong. But if the league feels that way, the Jags start to feel that way, could they be trying to drum up potential trade value to get, hey, maybe the Saints are really interested in Jeanty. Let's see if they'll jump ahead of the Raiders, and we can maybe trade with them. I mean, it could be that, right?
It could always be that. Yeah, I mean, there could be a smokescreen here or there, but I mean, are the Saints going to sacrifice probably 2 first-round picks then to get your running back when I feel like you got other pressing needs? Maybe they do that. I feel like wide receiver is still a need for the Saints as well. And I think you could get a pretty good wide receiver, in that first round. I mean, yeah, listen, a lot of things can happen. The point is that I think Jacksonville's in a very unique spot where you essentially think, let's just call them the big two. Let's call it Abdul Carter. Let's call it Travis Hunter.
Yep.
85, no, probably even higher, probably 90 to 95% chance that they're not going to be there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's just the way that's going to be. So then if that's the case, all right, well, you can have Mason Graham fall to you, or you can have Jeanty. Like, there's room to play with if you are the Jacksonville Jaguars, and that's a good situation to be in. I mean, this could be the Mason Graham show the whole time, right? Like, we can have fun talking about Jeanty. We can have fun talking about do you trade back, but like, maybe and it's almost gonna feel like the most boring pick now, even though it's of a need and it's a guy that's gonna have a lot of influence on the field. But I feel like if the Jags pick Mason Graham now, it's almost, I don't want to say people are gonna be disappointed, but people are gonna be like, oh, so it was that the whole time. Like, sometimes I feel like people in drafts, they like the surprises. They like I didn't really see that coming, especially when it's involving a dynamic playmaker like Ashton Jeanty is. It might just be Mason Graham.
Yeah. Hey, two things. More. I'm just fascinated by the steam, man. All of a sudden, like, this is not a train that was started like 2 weeks ago. This is a train that's really got cooking in the last few days, right? I didn't miss anything.
No, I mean, like,
Or
I think
top five for Jack.
No, I think he was always a top 5 for the Jacksonville, wasn't he? I think he was like the fifth. I don't know.
Somebody give me odds from like a week and a half ago on Jeanty getting to the Jags.
Yeah.
I feel like it was pretty high. I remember I shared one with you, but that might have been recently where I shared with you guys and I saw some odds. But here's a question. If the Jags could feel this way about production and Jeanty, and they do think he's a generational running back and all this other stuff and a can't-miss guy, could the Giants feel the same way or the Patriots? So, like, right now, a lot of people are saying, okay, if he could go in the top 5, it's gaining steam. It looks like Jacksonville could be a place. Liam Cohen wants to run, help out Trevor Lawrence, all this stuff. Do you feel like there's any chance he goes to the Giants or the Patriots? I would say no on the Browns, right? Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter on the board. They're going to get one of those guys. Could Jeanty be in the mix for either one of those teams? I mean, if you think from New York standpoint, it's a way to replace Saquon Barkley potentially. If you think from
but do you want to do that?
I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, what Patriots have so many holes, so they just want to go get good football players, right? Production and obviously, Vrabel had Derrick Henry in Tennessee. He saw what that did. So you think either one of those teams could value this guy so much that they pick him?
Not. I mean, the Giants pick at 3.
Yeah.
Right,
Giants pick at 3, Patriots at 4.
So the Giants are going to either get, at their choice, they're going to either get Abdul Carter or they're going to get Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
I don't see the Giants pulling the trigger ahead of those guys with Ashton Jeanty. You know, I mean, if it's Abdul Carter or it's Travis Hunter, they're going to go with that over Ashton Jeanty. I think with the Patriots, who they got for the backfield right now? I can't remember.
Oh, geez, that's a good one. Let me check.
I mean, we talk about Travis Etienne and Tank Bigsby. It's not like it matters here. It wouldn't matter, I guess, in New England either. But
here you go. Your running backs for the New England. It's still Stevenson. Ramondre Stevenson still there. And Antonio Gibson.
Oh, they just got him from Washington.
Yep. And Terrell Jennings, actually out of Mandarin High School.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I just think that there's more needs there than the running back. Like, I think we see our offensive line, and like I think the Patriots even see it, and that they feel a lot worse about it. So I would expect them to get an offensive lineman there, unless once again Travis Hunter falls to you. But yeah, I don't see Jeanty going to the Patriots.
Yeah, I'm not saying. I think if he's in the top 5, everybody becomes available. If he's that good, if he's sliding up the board that much, right? If he's soaring up the board, and people now are really looking at this from the outside, I'm assuming the NFL people would have already had him wherever. I could easily see, by the way, a board that says Travis Hunter number 1, Abdul Carter number 2, Ashton Jeanty number 3 in terms of best players available.
Sure.
Now it's just a matter of where you want to put value and everything else, right?
Yep.
I mean, if the best player on that board, number 4 on that board was the Georgia center, right? Mm-hmm. Probably not picking a center at number 5, even though he might be one of the best players on the board, should you, right? So the same questions. That's what you ask about the running back. Do we need to get it there? Well, really damn good. Duval Paul says, just get me a good football player at 5. I would not hate the pick more than anything. I just want that 5th pick to be an immediate impact player. There are 2 immediate impact players, in my opinion, the most in this draft from a Jag standpoint. Not take Cam Ward out of the picture or a quarterback out of the picture. And it's Travis Hunter and it's Jeanty. So if you want immediate impact. Okay, 2 other questions about this. Just a comment, really. My man Pete Prisco, hates running backs in the first round. Dime a dozen running back guy.
Okay.
But even he looks like he's changing his tune a little bit. I've only seen a couple of tweets. I haven't really seen everything from Pete down there at CBS. But, I mean, it's fascinating to watch Pete even kind of change his tune on the running back around Jeanty.
Sure.
Because he's just not a running back guy. He's like, go find one in the 3rd round, 4th round. He's always been that way. Yeah. And I'm like, Pete, die on that hill, baby. If you get Prisco to move off a hill, you might be a special player. And, of course, maybe he's hearing, whether it's in Jacksonville or elsewhere around the league, that this guy is that good, right?
Yeah.
That the scouts think he's that good.
Yep.
I think it's kind of fascinating because, again, if you know Prisco, and I know a lot of people around here do, he is just not a running back guy. He kills running backs. Okay. Kills them. And about contracts, about everything else.
Sure.
And
so he wasn't a fan of Fournette coming here, I assume, then?
No, he was not, right? Just hammers that stuff.
Sure.
But he looks like, at least from some of the stuff I've seen, at 5, Jeanty might make more sense than almost anybody else. And that might tell you about the anybody else part of this draft once you get past Hunter and Abdul Carter and the quarterback.
Yeah.
So it might be an indictment on that. What a lot of people are saying is like, hey, you'd rather pick 13 than number 5.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. But it also says a lot about Jeanty if Pete's moving. It kind of tells me a little bit. Die on that hill, Pete. Die on that hill.
Maybe he's been the influence of why it's moving up in Vegas.
Yeah, and listen, I do think there's a lot of association with us, even locally, right? Because from Baselli, right? Baselli's in this mix now. And I don't know. I think, I'm sure Pete and Baselli, they do a show together, right? They did the show together, the one you're doing a little bit, right? Some of that stuff.
For sure.
But Tony's not sitting there feeding people information. I don't care how close he is to him, right? Like, I mean, there's no advantage in doing that if you're Tony. Like, they don't want to show their hand to anybody. He's got to probably be very careful of that. That might go back to yesterday's conversation of, hey, I'm going to take a back seat here and let Cohen and Gladstone have the podium on the pre-draft luncheon, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm the third person that said even Pete is on Jeanty. Yeah, he's kind of built this little, thing about running backs over his time. And so it's pretty interesting to see Pete move in that realm. Just a note on that front. So
shout out to Pete Prisco.
Yeah, a little Pete Prisco, Mitch. And I love Pete. Good to see him down at the NFL owners meetings. And I would say this, I didn't really talk to him too much about the Jags' 5th overall pick, but it's not like he was screaming for Jeanty 2-3 weeks ago at the owners' meetings. Again, that's where it's new. It's shifted a little bit over the last week, in my estimation, of where this thing landed. And somebody asked it again, and I know you've brought it up, and we've brought it up. So what does happen with ETN if a Jeanty moves? Because it's a chicken and egg thing a little bit, right? Like, are they going to move him? Are they going to be able to move him? They're not going to maybe move him before the draft because then it would tip their hand. So can they move him during the draft? Yep. That's a pretty tricky thing. I mean... no,
not necessarily. I mean, like, you can definitely trade him during the draft. I mean, they may not take place in the first round, but you could trade him in the second round, third round, things like that, and get some capital for him. Yeah, and this is what people have to keep in mind. You know, you can take a look at this roster and say, well, yeah, the running back class, the running back room didn't perform that well last year, but, like, we've seen good from both. So if you get a new offensive line scheme, like, who's to say, Travis Etienne and Tank Bigsby can't have success? What people fail to realize is, once again, Liam Cohen doesn't owe these guys anything at all. So if there's an opportunity in Liam Cohen's eyes to elevate a position and to maybe, build your new regime off that said position, then so be it. So I think the solution is going to be, if you do take a guy like Jeanty with the 5th pick, they're going to trade Travis Etienne during the draft.
Yeah.
Or trade him right before it.
Yeah, you could trade. Yeah. And I because agree. You're probably going to get something late round for a guy like Etienne.
Correct.
Right. Yeah. And so I don't think that's a hard piece to move. It's not like you're asking. Like, Jalen Ramsey stuff's pretty interesting right now because maybe you got to get a $20 million a year investment or a $25 million a year investment, and then on top of that, get a 4th round pick or something. Yeah. And right now, I mean, you like those 4th round picks. You built your board. Now Jalen Ramsey could trump that. Etienne, a little different. I think Etienne has some stock, but it's not like you're going to command a 3rd round pick or a 2nd round pick. People are a little bit more willing to give up 6th round picks. Other than Trent Baalke, he just likes to accumulate 6th round picks.
Sure. Yeah.
As we know. So I think it'll be an interesting watch. Let's just paint the picture of this. 9:00 on Thursday night, the Jags pick Ashton Jeanty. Mm-hmm. Well, by 11:00, is ETN off the roster, or does it take all the next day to be like, okay, we're moving ETN and we get whatever pick? Like, that's going to be an interesting 24-hour window or 15-hour window, I think, for a guy like Travis Etienne.
No, without a doubt. And I think it's going to speak volumes if Jeanty is selected. And let's say Jeanty selected the 1st round. 2nd round, you're looking at, okay, let's help out Trevor. Maybe Luther Burden's going to be there, a guy who I really like a lot. That is going to speak volumes on what they thought about Ryan Nielsen.
Yeah, it would.
That would be monumental of what they thought about Ryan Nielsen.
Yeah,
that's all I'm going to say.
And well, no, it's a good point, and it goes back to our little snap conversation, right? That Daniel Griffiths brought up, that they've already kind of replaced some of that. Like, they've got a lot of pieces on defense already. Now, they could use more. I'm not saying they can't, but they actually got rid of – they need to replace more on offense right now. Now, they don't necessarily need to replace on running back. So if they pick running back in their fifth overall pick, they're actually – they don't need necessarily to replace that. They did, so now your needs are still there, like wide receiver, like a Luther Burden, maybe even add another tight end, and then you go to your defense with corner and defensive tackle and everything else.
Yeah, all I'm saying is that, you had, if not the worst defense last year, and you don't, and once again, we can go back and forth and say, do you really need help interior-wise? I think you need interior pressure. We didn't see that last year, but if they roll with the guys that they have, and they get Jeanty in the first round, then it's going to be a knock on Ryan Nielsen to say, you know what, we actually have some guys in this locker room that we can work with. We just got to coach them up better.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. And I think there is going to be a little bit of an indictment on Nielsen at the end of this.
But once again, I think if they take Mason Graham, then all of a sudden you're not going to have so much of an indictment.
Cherry White says, who's your second favorite pick after Jeanty at number 5? I mean, it's not my second favorite pick. Was Jalen Walker we did yesterday. These guys think Mason Graham, and there's, everybody can have their pick. Most people would say Mason Graham.
I have Mason Graham as my favorite, and I have Jeanty as the second.
By the way, we do have some WrestleMania conversation coming up in the noon hour today.
The Brent and Austen WrestleMania Spectacular. Yeah. We keep burying it, man. We bury the lead.
Everybody comes to me for their WrestleMania picks.
Yep, and basketball.
That and NBA. Might have some NBA slam poetry today, too.
Oh, wow.
Hamby's out.
What a treat.
Hamby's out.
Hamby is out, yeah.
So let it run wild. Mm-hmm. And it's just going to be fascinating. One last thought on this before we take a time out. If you look at upgradable spots on the Jags, I mean, there's a lot to go around here. There's a lot of what if. We'll see what the thing looks like, right? We'll see what the scheme looks like. There's a lot of ways to go, but let's just take the offense right now. And you got to couple this with the draft, all right? So this is what's interesting and important to note. Like Gigantor and Jax will say, hey, we got to upgrade our offensive line. Okay. Well, they just added in free agency. They also have Walker Little under contract and also Anton Harrison. The question you ask yourself is, a Will Campbell or a Membu or somebody else going to upgrade those two guys? Do you know that? Okay. Right? So, again, that's an NFL scouting world type of thing. But do you think that? Do you know that? You take wide receiver. Well, you got Brian Thomas Jr. I mean, you're not trying to upgrade Brian Thomas Jr. You're trying to couple something with Brian Thomas Jr.
Of course.
So Travis Hunter, that's awesome. But it could come with a Luther Burden or somebody else in the second round. So we're not asking necessarily upgrade. We're more asking complement in that spot. I think tight end's interesting. I think there's a little bit of hope with Brenton Strange that he takes a step more than a known commodity. So if you could get somebody, you get a Ty Warren, you could probably upgrade that spot.
I think there's more than hope with Brenton Strange because, once again, I get Evan Ingram maybe not, he didn't fit the role in terms of being that great run blocker, but to let a guy like him go shows me that you have supreme confidence in Brenton Strange going forward.
Yeah. So then I go to the running back spot. And if this dude's special and they scout him that way and everybody thinks that way and he produces, well, there's been an inconsistent running back room. I like the guys they have in their running back room. It seems like Liam Cohen, when he took the job, liked the guys in the running back room. He mentioned them multiple times. But if you just think from an upgrade standpoint, see, I don't think you can upgrade the tackle spot with this draft much better than Walker and Harrison. I'm a bigger fan than those guys than, I need to go get Campbell or Membu.
Okay.
I can see the upgrade is what I'm trying to say in Jeanty. I can see wait a minute now. This dude's special. We can be special at running back. We want to run the ball. We keep telling everybody we want to run the ball. We're going to show you that we're going to run the ball. And this dude's up here versus us having what we think are two good backs. We can have a great back.
But you can't see the upgrade with Mason Graham, though?
Oh, yeah, I was just doing offense.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
But I'm just, and honestly, Austin, to answer your question, no. Because I can't say, this is my problem with Graham, that I can't tell you that he's going to be better than Eric Armstead at 3 technique this year. I don't know that. I mean, that dude's got a 10-year resume. If you put him in a spot where we think he should play, do we get good play out of Eric Armstead? I think I'm gambling a little bit that yes. But I think they think that too because they kept him. They could have moved on. or tried to move on, and they haven't.
I mean, if you cut him, though, what would that have cost you in dead money? I mean, a little bit, right?
It would have cost you a little bit.
And I don't think you're going to trade him because after last season,
It could cost, but they weren't afraid to do that with other guys.
Yeah.
Right? On the offensive side.
We got Gigantor absolutely married.
Oh, he loves the
offensive lineman.
But again, what I would say, Gigantor, is this. Campbell or Membu at guard this year, right? So now you want to start floating around that stuff. And on our show, we hate that stuff because it hasn't worked well. Like, hey, let's move this guy here and then move him here. And no, it doesn't work very well. It hasn't worked in Jacksonville. And I think that's a hard thing to ask young players to come in and do, to go play different spots. And then I would also say this. McCarry's been in the league for a bit. They put him in to play right guard. Ezra Cleveland was signed to a contract extension. Mm-hmm. I'll ask the same question. Is Campbell or Membu? Ask you this, Gigantor and Jax. Say it out loud. Membu, Campbell, are they better than Ezra Cleveland, McCarry at guard? I don't know. Now, maybe a scouting person knows. But what I think we all could say is we think right now Jeanty is a better back than either one the Jags have.
Correct.
That's the point.
And we could also say that Ted McMillan is a lot better
that is
than
true.
The wide receivers, too.
That is true.
Once again, not advocating for it. Just
that is true.
A point.
Yeah, that's why I think I could get excited about that because you fill what I think is the biggest hole on the team. Now, you talk upgrades versus holes. I think the biggest hole on this football team right now, as it stands, is a number 2 wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. It's the biggest unknown, yes.
I mean, I think you could say corner as well, right? I mean, is Jarian Jones going to be able to fill that role? But they got bodies there.
Yeah, I have more confidence in Jarian Jones playing that second corner than I do with the wide receiver depth right now for your true 2 receiver.
So I think that's one, again, we're inside a week here, 2 ways to really look at this thing, or 3 ways, in my opinion. Best player, just go get good football players. 2, where can you upgrade the most on your roster? Because they raised the floor. Now it's time to upgrade and go get some studs at this point. And then 3, what is your biggest hole? Well, those are different answers. Mm-hmm. Those are different answers. The best player, well, actually 2 of them are the same answer. Travis Hunter to me is the best player in the draft. And Travis Hunter would fill your number 2 wide receiver spot if that's where you're playing him. Oh, by the way, he might also help at the corner spot too. But the upgrade question to me is actually different. The upgrade question probably speaks on offense to Jeanty. On defense, we could probably have some conversation more debate about it. And corner might be that. Is Will Johnson better than Jarian Jones trying it out? Maybe. So, I think those are some. Keep those 3 questions in mind as we get closer and closer to the draft. It'll be interesting to come back Thursday night or Friday morning and say, okay, well, which one did they answer? Did they go get the best player available? Did they go fill a hole? Or did they go get an upgrade? Mm-hmm. I wonder. Got some options there. Let's take time out. Brent and Austen Show on the Action Sports Shacks 24/7 Network. Thanks for hanging with us on a Friday. Yeah, we got some WrestleMania talk coming up. We'll have some fun here on the show. The Jacksonville Sharks play at home this weekend as the University of North Florida Ospreys. So we'll talk to the Sharks coming up at 11:30. We continue to get our quarterfinals set for Shock Your Mock 2025, presented by Everbank as well. Just part of the show here on a Friday on the Action Sports Shacks 24/7 Network. Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jag Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Save 10% off any water heater plus no trip charge. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. For a limited time, CGC is waiving the trip charge on all related plumbing calls. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579. Action Sports Jacks is the biggest brand in Jacksonville, and we're excited to add another partnership for this team's biggest season yet. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is now the official streaming network of the Jacksonville Sharks for their 15th season.
The Jacksonville Sharks are your champions. Are you about to graduate high school and haven't decided on what you want to do when you get done? Well, one option is to apply to become a student in the Electrical Training Alliance of Jacksonville. Their program offers structured classroom and online training along with on-the-job training so that you can earn while you learn. Still not convinced? The folks at ETA Jacks are a tuition-free 4-year apprenticeship program. There is no tuition and no student debt. Just pay for your books and your fees. That's it. Now, speaking of pay, students, they start off making $40,000 per year, including benefits, and they graduate, get this, making over $80,000 per year, including those sought-after benefits. Now, that sounds pretty good to me, and if that sounds good to you, it should check off a lot of boxes. So head on over to etajacks.org and apply by May 15th. Again, the website right here, etajacks.org. Don't wait, apply today.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll get everybody hopping in the chat. Also, I know you radio voice sounded really good on it last night. That's yeah, well, he's talking about Jaguars happy hour.
Oh,
Mr.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. I feel you.
We can all share. But let's
Hey,
let's settle down.
Freelancer, man.
I had somebody say
Freelancer.
I had somebody say, "Hey, nice job, PCAV, by getting him." It wasn't PCAV. Don't give PCAV too much trouble. Did you see him?
I saw Pete. Yeah.
Give DeCandis a little bit more credit.
There you go.
Didn't Dave reach out to you?
Who?
Dave DeCandis? Or was it PCAV who initially reached out?
I don't want to Dave reached out to me.
That's right.
Yeah,
see
but I'm
that?
not trying to. Hey, I don't
yeah, we'll throw too much credit for
freelancing,
PCAV.
man.
I mean, whatever.
Freelancing.
He's a humble guy anyway. He doesn't need all that credit.
Got you. All right.
I like taking shots a little bit.
But no, it feels like I'm in a custody battle. It's fun.
No, this is not a. That's what people. I don't think people understand. Like I got. I think it was somebody on Twitter basically said they were listening, said he did a good job. I was at a softball game, and this is where like the PCAV stuff come up. Let's see if I can find it. And come on. I get a lot of I guess I get a lot of mentions.
I feel like Brian's still trying to learn my humor a little bit, though.
Oh yeah, because yesterday was Sexton.
Yes.
And Logs.
Yes.
And and you had JP the other time.
I had JP the other time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I said a couple of things, and he's like, "That's something you would say to Brent." I'm like, "Yep." Yeah. Pretty much. I don't know.
You're gonna have to feel that out. Okay, so Freedom Viking said, "Really love seeing A-Train on more of the Jags regular shows. Smart play by PCAF."
Oh.
Not that I want to see Brent.
It might have been his idea.
Not that I want to see Brent lose him entirely.
Aww.
But to see him go from player to media for the team is super dope. Plus, he's got a great perspective. Hope all can find a happy medium.
Yeah.
Yeah, can find a happy medium. Like we're 10-1. That show is what time is it?
4 to 5.
Just give me 2 weeks notice, all right?
That hour too is just, man, that's fun.
It goes fast.
Oh, it goes so fast. Yeah. But we got a lot to talk about in 3 hours. No, not basketball, but we got a lot to talk about here on the show for 3 hours.
Just give me like 2 weeks notice.
I got you. We'll see. I feel like 2 weeks notice is something that you would do if you're like vested in the company. I'm a freelancer. I'll come and go as I please. Thank you.
Call this morning.
Hey, by the way, I'm not coming in forever. Sorry.
Well, by the way, I have scar tissue from this.
What do you mean?
It's like every draft week. Like we are here on draft week again.
Yeah.
So every draft week, something happens. Like,
oh yeah.
So if you go back to
careful now.
Yeah,
careful.
Yeah. Listen, Hicken already makes appearances on the show, and stop pumping up the other station. All right, stop doing that. Get out of our mentions. If you want to go watch commercials for an hour or listen to them,
yeah,
go have fun. Don't tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we had 3 commercials last night.
That's a Jag show. That's a little different.
Oh, it's different. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm not.
But anyway, it was like I don't know what. Do you remember what year that was? Like what year did you go to?
You talking about when I was doing pro bono work? 2020.
Like we did the show for 3 years, right? So 19, 20, 21.
Yeah, 21, I think.
So I think it would have been 22, though.
22, okay.
So it would probably been 22.
Well, hang on. My last draft year was the Tyson Campbell year, because we talked about it yesterday, me and Casey did.
But you were on for that.
I was on for that one, correct.
So that would have been 21. And then
so 22
Trayvon Walker,
missed.
22, you missed. But
Correct.
that happened that week.
Yep.
So go through the whole 21 season.
Yep.
22, we go through like Super Bowl, March, everything else. And then things are, and really like is an interesting deal because, like we really didn't know what was going on fully. Well,
yeah.
I mean, we had an idea, but we didn't really know where it was going to land.
Yes.
Yeah. Because Austin was doing both shows. Like he was basically doing morning
I can say
and
I'll say what I mean. I'll leave you. I mean, you do your thing. I'll do my thing.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's like ancient history.
They didn't want me to do both.
Yeah, they didn't want to.
They didn't want me to do both.
But you wanted to do both.
Even though I showed that I could do both.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were worried like I was going to burn myself out.
Yeah.
And I try to purvey the fact like, hey, it's talking sports and talking about Ariana Grande and Britney Spears. Like, and I've been told this to like the bigwig.
Yeah.
I go, you must not know who I am, sir, because like I came from like playing football. I'm an MMA fighter. Like, do you really think that talking about, pop culture for a couple hours a day and talking about football is really going to burn me out that much? And they didn't believe me. And then they essentially made it where, like I said, I was doing pro bono work on the Brent and Austin show.
Yeah. So, and obviously the other show in the morning was kind of their baby, right? Like it was definitely bigger.
That was their baby. Yeah.
It's also kind of why we're over here now. But anyway, like, so that was kind of a little, but the crazy thing about it is the Jags are picking first overall with Trayvon Walker draft.
Yeah.
This all of a sudden, like stuff, I'm kind of in our business, stuff like, first of all, I've worked without like contracts for months.
Of course.
Like, it's just like, yeah, they'll get to it. We'll get to it. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the way I kind of view it. And like some things just like, yeah, we'll get to it. It'll happen. But in Austin's world, really, the way what I learned back then was like, you've always like your deals are always, you're in football world or MMA world, right? It's like, it's there.
Oh, yeah. It's in writing. Yeah.
And so anyway, I'm kind of the like, they'll figure it out. Right? And of course, I'm a little bit in the dark on some of it, but they'll figure it out. Well, it is draft week where you kind of like hold out. Not really hold out, but you're off, right? To kind of figure out what's going to happen.
So, okay, I mean...
And with our blessing, by the way.
Can I say what happened?
Sure.
Can I tell them?
I don't care.
They didn't pay me anymore for being on the sports show.
Yeah.
Because they try to put me in the fire and say, okay, you want to work both shows? Now we're going to take your money away from the Brent show. Yeah. So now you're not getting paid for it. And it was hard to justify at the time, like, being gone 3 hours a day, can't pick up my son from school, and I'm doing this for free.
Yeah.
So that's what upset me. Because, like, regardless of how much time and effort I put in, I wasn't getting compensated for a year's show because they try to get me essentially off it.
Yeah.
So then this was all literally taking part. Like, so now I'm pissed, right? And like, yes, I understand the draft's coming up and it's probably the biggest part, set aside from like, opening week or whatever. But like, it's a big part of what we do. But I told you, I'm like, dude, I'm not, I told you what happened.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any compensation for the show anymore because they're trying to get me off it. But I said, I'll come in and finish up the draft because I know how important it is to the show. And you were the one.
Oh, yeah. I said, hold out.
You said, hold out. Said, don't worry about it. Like, because, I mean, I'm not going to repeat what you said to me in terms of language. But, like, you weren't happy either, obviously.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah, but so Brent was the one that said, the show will be fine. You just do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
But so he holds out. But in my mind, I'm like, okay, this will get straightened out. Because, again, I'm a little bit more in the dark. It never got straightened out. Like, that was it. Like, that was it. It was like, oh, I guess, Brent, you're wrong. You're living in a pipe dream. This ain't getting straightened out. But that draft, we're kind of like, obviously draft week's busy for us because we're on TV and doing all this other stuff anyway. So, it's just a wild thing that happened. And then something else happened. I can't remember what, man.
And to be fair, and like when I say holding out, it's usually you hold out for money.
It was hold out for
my final offer of the holdout was I'll take half of what I was making before on the Brent and Austen show. I'll take half and then just give me my salary on the morning show and we'll be good. And they said nah. So I'm like, okay. Yeah, never mind then.
So, just wild. But something else happened, like, because then Shachter and I end up doing the show.
Well, you remember,
after months. We went for a while. By the way, Casey did a good job in that time. That's where Casey was like running that station for a bit because we were in like no man's land. But then Shachter ended up jumping in. Something else happened in the draft week, though.
Okay. Well, what ended up happening was
later. I can't remember.
Okay, maybe I'm not sure what happened else then. But then people kept asking me, "Where's Austen?" Because we didn't.
There was never closure.
Couldn't say anything.
There was never closure.
So then I had to go back on the show like 2 weeks later and explain what happened.
Yeah.
And needless to say, when it came time, I never told this part. We had company surveys.
Yeah, we did.
Like literally, like probably, I think it was a couple months after that. We had company surveys of like, what do you feel like working for, the company?
Don't say how.
No, I'm not. But hey. Brent,
hopefully someone read it.
Hey, Brent, all I'm saying is, I was like, a little while later, so who knows? I'm sure they did read it.
I thought they were anonymous.
But that's what I kind of thought too. But hey, Brent, I had some writing skills now.
Yeah.
Put them to good use.
Put
them like a freshman going through some emotional breakup. I was in my feelings, man, with that report.
It's so funny. Like, I think it's funny in this business because nobody really. Like, I care about all this stuff that kind of happens behind the scenes. And not many people, really have asked a lot of questions over the years. Like, I think even if you want to go all the way back to when we started ESPN 690, I've kind of hinted at this or said this before, but, really the idea was to have, Hick and me doing a 3-hour show over on ESPN 690. And there was a lot of different things that went into that and out of that. And so it's I don't even know if anybody, nobody really cares about it. But it's just a fascinating evolution. So from our seat, there's so much that has gone on since 2019, basically.
Yeah.
Which has also led to all this, which is kind of fascinating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at times you look at stuff, and this is maybe a good lesson for everybody. You're like, what the hell's happening?
Yeah.
And then, 6 years, you look up and like, this is happening. Like, this is kind of a cool deal, what we're doing. So, I mean, it's really been a wild thing. I mean, going all the way really back to even when we started that show, man. And the phone call to, hey, let's go check the Rolodex. I'm missing somebody. Oh, wait. Good thing Austen begins with A.
There's Austen, man. And no, look, listen, I've said it many times, man. Because nobody else has given me an opportunity. And ironically, I mean, hey, we have fun here and everything. But when I was done with the other show that I was working on, and it was time to go pursue new career ventures, I may went across town.
Yeah.
To the home of the commercials.
The home of the commercials.
Interviewed with them, and hey, how'd that interview go? I guess not so good because never got a call back. So, hey, listen, as long as there's some sort of reason, and when I say reason, a little for me to keep coming back to Brent, like, listen, I owe Brent my career in terms of sports media and everything. And Ronan, earmuff it quick. And one day when I'm on OnlyFans and I'm killing the game, talking about sports and, other stuff, making, 6 figures a month, I'm going to owe it to Brent Martineau. All right, dude, we're good.
Yeah, good.
We're good.
Earmuffs off.
My man.
My man. What?
Yeah.
Little background there, by the way. Mm-hmm. We might be on there sooner than later after that last segment. So the moral of this story, by the way, folks, is yes, we can share. Yes. We can, there's plenty to go around with Austen. So when are you on there again?
We'll see.
Oh, you're not sure?
No, I am, but I'm not going to.
Oh, you don't want to
in a few weeks
promote it?
In a few weeks.
So it's like on a kind of every few week thing?
For right now. I'm not sure what I can say and cannot say, Brent.
Oh, really?
Honestly, I don't know.
They like promotion.
Okay, yeah, I'll be on there a couple weeks then.
Okay.
Do you want me to say the dates? Do you want me to say who's going to be on there every day? Well, you're going to get me in. Brent's you're trying to sabotage what you're trying to do.
No,
oh, yeah.
What do you told them about?
Brent's trying to win this custody battle. No, sir, it's going to be an 80-20 split. We're not going 50-50 anymore. You can go over for the holidays, and that's it.
I would, if I were them, I'd want some consistency. Let's go every 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, boom, 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 boom.
I hear you.
See what works.
I hear you.
But I'm not running that shop.
Yeah.
I'm just sharing.
Oh,
man. Final. Maybe we'll do a someday, along with our wedding podcast, we'll also do a What Really Happened podcast.
Well, and to put a bow on this, as Brent would say, Sawyer brings up a great point, because my exit thing, like when I was done.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot what I put on Twitter. Yeah. But I got so many mentions that thought that me and you were on bad
people
terms.
Did think that.
Yeah, and I forgot.
There's a little bit of the problem of the way that all went down, right?
No, for sure. But once again, nothing to do with you. But I remember there was something. I think it was something golf related, where it was like, "Do you think you and Brent will get back together?" I go, "No, it's because something with golf." Like, no, I don't go. Whatever. But everybody thought that we had a bad falling out then, man, which was funny. I thought
that is funny.
Yeah.
There was that. I remember.
Yeah.
A lot of renditions of this stuff. It's pretty wild.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
I need Casey to retweet the Jags to get some impressions. I heard that yesterday, by the way.
Yeah, and I heard you backed him up too. Get him, Casey.
What?
That's what Casey said, that you backed him up when he was telling me to retweet everything.
Oh yeah, I said. Well, I said it's all you guys. I said get him.
Yeah, we're good.
I said get him.
Yeah, we're good. By the way, how did you negotiate that? So now you're gonna pay him based off views? Do you know how that makes my job harder now? Because now I feel sorry for a friend where I got to retweet everything he puts out.
He's spinning
which is so against my ethos, which is a big word we've been using.
He is spinning that a little bit.
Okay.
He is. I wouldn't believe everything Casey says.
Okay.
Let's just say that. Sometimes it's good theater, which was a good segment. But you haven't seen the contract.
Okay. I got you. Just trying to help a friend out, man.
By the way, we're in the probationary period of this thing anyway.
Ain't that the truth?
We'll see how he delivers on the wrestling bit.
Ain't that the truth? Oh, yeah. Big, hey. It's the Brent Austin Spectacular, man. This is a big day for him.
We are taking this one day at a time. I mean, what the hell? Is there anything going on in sports? Should we be talking sports, or we want to just keep talking about our local media?
I mean, there weren't any NBA games last night, so yeah, we're good, Brent.
Yeah, well, we hopefully an NBA slam poetry.
We got some
of
that
later. A little Duval Daily. Let's catch our breath and take a time out. We do have a final say so and pick from us, and then Hamby actually gets 2 selections into the quarterfinals of Shock Your Mock. So we will do that, see where some of these land, have some fun with all your comments as well. Jacksonville Icemen, Mike Mitchell, I see him in here. And I don't know what he said about Estero earlier, but obviously the Icemen go down and play tonight, game 1 against the Everblades. Man, 3 years in a row, they've lost to the Everblades. 3 years in a row, the Everblades have gone on to win. So it's like if you win this round, you got a hell of a chance now to win the Kelly Cup. Like it comes out of this series, potentially. The Everblades have been very good. Sometimes they've lost in the first round. Sometimes they've lost in the second round. So we'll see what they do tonight. But it'll be nice to get off to a good start. They get 2 games down there. Maybe split those games would be nice. And then you get 3 here at home, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So what he brought up, smells of forgotten grandparents and mothballs. 0 stars, would not recommend. Mike Mitchell, he does not like the Everblades. But let's be honest, the Everblades have been a little hammer and nail right now to our Icemen, and hopefully the Jacksonville Icemen get them back.
Dude, the forgotten grandparents and mothballs is just, I love it.
Very good.
Nicely done, Mike.
We'll be back on the Brent and Austen Show.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around, and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
I'm ready to show my hand, ready to take a stand. Wait on a sign above, and I am ready. 'Cause I just live for the game. 'Cause I just live for the game. 'Cause I just live for the game. The crowns for the tape. I got it. Iconic. I'm built to win. Back to back, I do it again. I'm iconic. I'm one of a kind. I'm iconic. I'm built to win. I'm one of a kind.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University. Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School. Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Will Olive, Mandarin High School. Go Stangs.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oakleaf High School.
Tony Mazzio, Sandwood High School, class of 2002.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
When it comes to trucks, I know exactly what I want. And at Bozard Ford, they make it easy to get exactly that. Let's go make this truck a little more my style. With Bozard Built, I can create my perfect truck right here. Lift kit? Check. Premium wheels? You bet. Advanced lighting package? Oh yeah. The Bozard team works their magic. From bumper to tailgate, I'm making this truck mine. It's everything that I wanted and more. From the field to the gym to weekend adventures. This truck's built for my journey. Bozard Built. Customized for your lifestyle, built to exceed your expectations. Check out the inventory and available options at bozardbuilt.com. Unleash your dream ride. Customized, covered, and Bozard approved.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Beautiful look at downtown Jacksonville. And, well, there she is, heading into an Easter weekend. Hopefully everybody catching an early break on the weekend. That would be nice and a lot of fun. Hopefully, I think the weather looks pretty good all weekend long. So we're in a pretty good stretch right now, weather-wise. Nice job, Mike Bush. In the First Alert weather team. Brent Martineau, Austen Lane. Austin has left the show. He's never coming back. Based on that last segment, people are like, where's Austin? I'm not really sure on that last segment how much of that we're supposed to say.
He's like, I'm only around for the first hour now, then I'm gone.
Yeah. Negotiations ongoing. That's a good, it's like Aaron Rodgers. You know what's funny about, somebody mentioned Aaron Rodgers in the chat. And it's funny about this story. Like, I think I'm kind of numb to the Aaron Rodgers stuff. I feel like there's a lot of times during the season or during everywhere else and like his McAfee appearances that you're like, well, I think he's a topic. Everybody's talking about it. What's he going to do? What's he going to say? But now I'm just kind of like, he's a bit out of sight, out of mind for me. And I don't really care if he ends up at Pittsburgh or Minnesota or retirement. It's not even like I'm sick of the Aaron Rodgers thing. It's more just, I don't really know if I care enough anymore. Like his stuff that he said this week, it's not very topical to me. I guess until he signs with somebody, you know?
Yeah.
Like, what I was saying is kind of numb to the Aaron Rodgers stuff right now.
No, it's, yeah. I mean, I will say this, though. I love how Aaron Glenn treated the situation. Honestly, like, I get Aaron Rodgers saying, he didn't feel like it was necessary and everything, but it gets to the point, we talk about this all the time, Brent, does the talent outweigh the distraction? And even though Aaron Rodgers wasn't the sole problem last year, the Jets were a dumpster fire, he had something to do with it. So, yeah, I mean, the whole Aaron Rodgers narrative, it's played out, right? But it's a potential starting quarterback in the NFL. And when you have that title, you're going to get some traction, especially with him, who is like the most polarizing, I feel like, player in the NFL right now.
Yeah, so I guess now I'm talking about it because I just saw it in the... Here's the other thing about Rodgers. I think it's funny when he goes on McAfee, he kind of clears the air on some of the stuff. And again, I'm not locked into every single thing going on, but I think he's now painted in a very villain way. Would you agree? Publicly?
Of course. Well, yeah. I mean, it's
polarizing, but also more villain than hero.
Some of it's his own doing, Brent.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it's not.
That's what I was getting at, though. Like, how much of it's true, how much of it's a painted picture that people think is true.
Sure. Well, to me, this all started because of the whole COVID stuff. Remember yeah. I mean, like, and that, I mean,
absolutely.
When we talk about a politically driven topic,
Oh yeah,
like you're going to get some scrutiny with that, and then it became and I don't think this is necessarily more of people like us, but then like more of like the casual NFL observer, like the female audience when Cheyenne Woodley came out and said her things about him, and then people had a certain type of way to feel about Aaron Rodgers. So,
but I guess my point there is that's one person, right?
Okay.
That's a spin on it.
Okay.
So that we take as that's Aaron Rodgers. And maybe that's all true.
Yeah.
That might be all true. But I just don't know if it's all true. And I think there's a lot of stuff about Aaron Rodgers that you don't know is all true. Like even, I think the thing that I caught this week, and again, I wasn't listening and watching everything because I'm kind of numb to the Aaron Rodgers stuff.
Yeah.
But the one thing that made me think of it this way was like, hey, I'm not just dragging this out. I told people my situation. Here's what at least this is what he said.
Yeah.
That I've been very upfront with Pittsburgh and Minnesota, whoever else is in the mix, and said, I've got a lot going on right now. I'm not going to make a decision by tomorrow. But I think in the media or in the public view, it's looked at like the opposite of that. Like, why he's dragging it on again. Why is it everybody's waiting on Rodgers? Well, like, in fairness to him, if he told everybody, hey, this might take a little bit of time, at least he was upfront with them about it.
Sure.
Right? But I don't think our perspective is that until he says that.
Yeah.
And I also don't know what the solution is, like the resolution is for him. I would think at this time, or you think most people are just like, okay, cool if you retire?
Yeah, I think people are over it.
Yeah.
Honestly. And I'm not sure, like, if you're Vikings fans, if you're Steelers fans, if you're just clamoring, okay, hopefully get Aaron Rodgers. Like, I'm not sure how, because, we got Trevor Lawrence, so like, we're not in need of a quarterback right now, so I'm not sure how people are feeling about it. I just feel like, and it's unfortunate, man, because when he was in Green Bay in his prime, like, I feel like everybody loved him.
Yeah, I thought
like he was the quarterback of America, and I say America's team in quotations because Dallas, but he was the quarterback of quote unquote America's team, and then
it's so fun to watch, yeah,
and then the COVID thing happened, and then it started to spiral, and then you kind of get into like the psychedelics and the ayahuasca, and that's not for everybody as well. It's just levels of he just kept on dropping and in terms of favor of the NFL fan base, and he was voted, I think it was, I forgot who put the article, was ESPN who they had like the surveys and everything, and he's the most disliked player in the NFL.
It's really wild.
Yeah.
And he reminds, I'm trying to think of an athlete that's gone from like not hero to zero, but hero to
disliked. That's not much.
And who comes to mind a little bit. And I'm not sure where he is now in the current landscape, too, because I feel like he's kind of out of sight, out of mind. This just might be because we don't talk about the NBA on the show. Kyrie Irving. So Kyrie Irving, I felt like, went from this place of superstardom. Really, like I thought he was awesome with LeBron. Like it was so fun to watch. And then obviously he says, okay, I think I can do it myself. He goes to the Celtics. He doesn't play as well. So you got a little bit of that now with Rodgers at the later end of his career, not playing as well. A little bit of that more recently. And then you got kind of what I would call like the weird stuff, the bizarre stuff, from the quotes to the this, you get to like they're just so different, I guess, in some of their views and thoughts, and whether you agree with them or not agree with them, they're certainly not like down a normal line.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And is that somewhat of a fair comp in terms of kind of losing the public, kind of the image changing? I don't know if people dislike Kyrie, but I think they went through a stretch where he was kind of
Kyrie's kind of been, I feel like, a little bit of a roller coaster, because right now I think people actually like Kyrie again, just simply for like when they kind of let Luka go, and now it's like he kind of feels like he got did dirty. Like people are rallying around Kyrie because they hate Nico and everybody that runs that organization. So yeah, I think he's been kind of a teeter-totter, Brent. I mean, someone said in the chat, and I agree, because Brett Favre is another guy who...
He's another one.
But once again,
But that's after playing.
That's after playing, yeah. I think just in terms of dislike, Travis Kelce.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's done anything to say anything.
Well, no, he hasn't...
It's not like a views-based thing.
He's always kind of had I don't want to say a brash personality, but, he toes the line every once in a while. Yeah. Right, but then obviously you start dating Taylor Swift, and then...
I think it's oversaturation with him that gets him, and maybe that's got a little with Rodgers too, though. So that's because he's on it's like, okay, dude, just go in the team meeting room and do team meeting room stuff. Get off the TV. with Rodgers.
Yeah.
And I guess Kelsey has a little bit of that to him. But I agree with you on Kyrie. One of the reasons Kyrie's come back a little bit is because you don't hear all this outlandish. He's kept it to himself now.
Yeah,
I feel like I don't think that stuff's in the public eye as much, from the world is flat to whatever. Again, a lot of this does stem around the pandemic if we're actually going to center stuff.
If we're being honest, you got to put Tim Tebow in this category.
Yeah. Tebow, though, never got to the point where I think it was polarizing, right? It was ends of the spectrum.
A lot of people didn't like him.
But I don't think I don't think he would he have been voted like a most disliked player, that kind of thing?
Probably not. I don't think he was that big enough in the NFL to be like the most anything.
Well, and the other thing is because if you anybody who met Tim Tebow, you never say that. Like, I'm sure you could have some run-ins with Rodgers where like, this guy's a whatever.
Oh, no,
Nobody's ever said that when they met Tim Tebow.
True.
You know?
What about, and Ndamukong Suh?
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger?
Well, Roethlisberger's an interesting character development.
Mm-hmm.
Because he went here and then here, and then he's kind of come back up at the end, right? I would think. Yeah.
I think he I don't know if you want to call it redemption or not.
Winston's a good one, Glenn. See, I like that. It's a different one in a lot of ways, but he's almost like I'm more intrigued with the rise.
You don't think Sue's one of those guys?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, you bring up Sue a lot on this. I don't know if the public feels...
dude, the public hated Sue.
Well, they did because of his dirty play.
Of course. I'm not saying it wasn't like...
Or maybe I just don't feel that way because you've always said stuff about Sue. You're like, man, that dude's one of the smartest, nicest guys. Like,
which is all fact.
Perception
It's
versus...
factual.
Well, we talk about this guy you played with, too, a little bit, is Cutler.
Oh, yeah.
Cutler was this.
He was.
Right? Mm-hmm. Where you get, like, kind of labeled.
Literally from your demeanor on the sideline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
It's, when I think about stuff like this, I reference back to when Tiger Woods was coming up and like the sports media and everybody else. LeBron will be an interesting one in a second, Killer Tofu. But when Tiger was coming up, there were a lot of folks at the time who were like, hey, you got to use your influence to talk about things going on in the world, talk about racism, talk about socioeconomic things, talk about social issues, talk about a lot of different things. And he did not really say a lot. And some people criticized him for that. But I think these guys are examples of why that was probably a smart play, because people really judge and hang on to it. If they don't like one little thing that you say or they don't agree with it, then they paint you in a place. So you appreciate people for willing to share sometimes, but also you can share too much from an image, brand, and everything else standpoint. And Tiger, by the way, had different kind of issues with his brand and image by his actions, but not necessarily by his words. And Michael Jordan, same thing. You're right, did not really get into that. LeBron is an interesting one because I've always been like a big LeBron fan, and I always would say, like, for 20 years, I'm like, hey, LeBron, the only thing people got on him is like the decision. Right? We're actually in his worst moment, what people would say, he raised like $1 million for charity. Which is a great irony in my opinion. But more recently, he's been willing to, again, we're talking about from a political, social issue thing, get on platforms and say what he wants to say or put his shows out there. What's his called? It's what's his show? I thought it was on something.
Unscripted? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. But anyway, he does a show or did a show. I don't know if he even still does it. But then when you start saying things and your beliefs and everything else, people kind of clap back at that or don't always agree. So, like, I respect people for now. What I would say about LeBron's stuff is definitely
uninterrupted. By the way, so it's called the shop uninterrupted.
It's like the barber shop, right?
Correct. Yes.
And what I would say about LeBron, though, he's never really got like the Aaron Rodgers, Kyrie Irving what feels off the deep end kind of view. So eccentric in from ayahuasca to world is flat. Yeah. Like, he's never done that.
No,
I don't think.
No, I don't think so. Like. No, not yet. There's just speculations and the rumors of like P. Diddy and stuff. Like LeBron was, like he's in like the deposition or whatever. Like that's just a rumor. Yeah, that's just a rumor.
Okay.
But no, I think the problem with LeBron more than anything, it's that he's compared to Jordan.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's
the polarization part.
It's the olds like me who say, Jordan is the GOAT. And then it's the youth like my son who says like, it's LeBron James, there's almost like some tribalism there a little bit. Yeah, there he goes. If he only knew, man, if he only watched that Jazz Bowl series, but he'll never know.
Yeah. And Glenn's interesting because Glenn says LeBron, another selfish guy. And I would.
That's true. Think of how he handled. That's a good point though. We didn't talk about that. How he handled going to Miami wasn't a good look for him.
From the decision.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah. Well, and by the way, he's been hammered for that.
Mm-hmm.
But my view was always like, well, if that's what you're going to be hammered for, like that ain't the worst thing.
And like you said, you get money for the charity.
Yeah.
So
I never looked at it as bad as everybody else looked at it, but I get it. But I would say continue to do that. Like here's the thing. At the end of the day, all great athletes, I say this, are selfish. There's a reason they're great. You have to be selfish to be great. You have to be. And I've kind of half kiddingly said, from families to having kids to other things, like if your priorities change, your selfishness to be the greatest athlete on the planet also changes most of the time. What's pretty interesting is LeBron, through all this other stuff where I thought when he went to LA, the movies, the entertainment stuff, he continues to play at a very high level. Yeah. Now, whether he's been able to be a good GM and stuff, and we know that part, right? I mean, that hasn't always worked out. So I just think if you're, again, we love our great athletes. We love greatness. But that shouldn't make you tied to the actual athlete and who they are, because there is an enormous amount of selfishness that goes into that. Anybody that's been super great has to be selfish. And again, I used to get laughed at when I said this about Tiger. And look, Tiger looks like he's a great dad and stuff like that. But he got married, had kids, and stuff started to hit the fan. Mm-hmm. The goal before that, from 2 years old, was win golf tournaments, break Jack's record, be great, be the greatest golfer of all time. And I'm not telling you that's healthy, but when he tried to be normal or more normal and have a wife and kids and everything else, well, go look at the major championships. That's where it kind of changes. And again, I'm not telling you that's bad. I'm just telling you, if you do want to be great, there's an enormous amount of selfishness. It has to all be about you. It has to be about you. Think about the greats. It has to be about you. That's a tough thing to balance both. I think Brady did a pretty good job of it, it seemed like, for a bit there. And actually, I'm not talking about divorce and stuff like that. That came actually right after he was playing, I think. But I'm not telling you it can't be done, but I'm talking when you're saying the best ever, hard thing to balance, man. And that can be in anything. That can be a CEO in something. That can be a scientist. That can be an athlete. But look, I always look at Jeter. Jeter's like, hey, man, this is all about me while I'm playing.
Yeah.
And then when I'm done playing, I'm going to settle down.
Yep.
And he made that it was almost like he made that decision because he kind of knew that decision. Yeah. And I don't know Jeter's life. I don't know why. Dude
was having fun though.
But he
kept that. So it's like almost
he could have fun because he wasn't married, or he was going to stay away from the tabloids.
Well, yeah, and then you had A-Rod, who was a little more the opposite. I felt like,
and you get distracted by that stuff, and then you have up and down years.
Listen,
we're human. It's hard to handle all that.
There's a reason why I think Brady kind of came across so boring because that's what he needed to do, right? Even Peyton Manning. Think about Peyton Manning when he played. Mm. We didn't know this guy could host SNL. We didn't know this guy could take over his own ESPN show and dominate and be funny and have comedic timing. I didn't know that. But the focus was on football, and that's, I feel like if you're trying to be one of the best, that's what it's got to be.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good one on Brady. I mean, the only thing it was his body, right?
Correct.
And the way he ate and everything else. So yeah, it's, again, there's no right or wrong here. This isn't really this is just, I think it's kind of just fact. I mean, it is. And you can, and I kind of half kid about you can probably still have a family and accomplish this stuff. But just keep in mind when you're having the family, and it's still really all about you.
Yeah.
And dad and husband for the moment. And then a lot of people, what they do, I think they try to is flip that after their career is over, right? And really dedicate to the family time and everything else.
But to be fair, though, I think there's some athletes out there that maybe are super talented, that can live a crazy lifestyle, that have a family, and then they kind of settle down a little bit. And then all of a sudden, like, everything's a little more in perspective.
Yeah, it actually works in a positive way.
It works in a positive way.
Because they're on the crazy train.
Because I've said this before. I mean, everybody plays sports. Everybody plays football for a different reason. Some of it's money. Some of it's for glory. Some of it's for all the fame. But what I liked about what Trevor Lawrence said is that it kind of put things in perspective that he's doing it now for his daughter.
Yeah.
And I'm a big proponent of this. I've heard some of the greatest mixed martial artists say this. When you fight or when you play for yourself, you will always quit on yourself more than if you played for somebody else, because you don't want to let that person down. And you will always let yourself down before you let somebody else down, because that's just how our human nature is. Yeah. Whether you want to say that wouldn't happen or not, no. It's almost like a science, right? So if you're playing for somebody else, it's going to be that much harder to let yourself down, because, well, I don't want to let them down.
It's crazy. I think we live in like a very selfish world in many respects.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
But I do think in this context, and what I just tweeted out, is like, I don't think people are comfortable being that selfish. Like the amount of selfish that you have to be to be great. So you got to combine work ethic, talent, mentality, selfishness, ambition to be great. Like Glenn says, Phillip Rivers has 29 kids. Phillip Rivers had a great career. But Phillip Rivers, we don't talk about as great. That's what we're talking. When we're talking about the level of, we're talking about a 1% athlete and then greatness. That's why it's the most overused word in sports is great. It's because great is like great. Like great is elite. LeBron. Great elite. Is Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Great,
there's great and there should be elite.
Great is maybe Aaron Rodgers. Great is Tom Brady. Like we're talking about that kind of caliber.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. And like I actually think this is why Rory took so long for him to do some of this. I think he was he's more normal to me than Tiger was. Up until age 35. He was figuring out life. He was getting married too. He was having a kid. I think in his mid to late 20s, he was kind of stuck on stardom a little bit. He's traveling around in the jets and trying to do that too. He's trying to figure it out. But I also think like he's kind of regular. He's feels a little bit more normal. It's hard to be great and be normal.
Yeah. Yep, I hear you.
It's pretty wild.
I want to. So Eric calling a pro athlete selfish SOB for injecting a novel. Listen, it had nothing to do with what he was injecting, what he wasn't injecting. What it had to do with is that he was breaking the rules. Okay,
who are we talking about here?
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, Rodgers.
Yeah, because the whole
think he
COVID
was saying that
vaccine.
About LeBron at first, but
I thought it was about Aaron Rodgers.
It might have been though.
But yeah, I just think hindsight's 2020. Is it a big deal now? No, right? But I think at the time, and it's still a big deal now because he bypassed the rules that were put into place. He took it upon himself to say, I'm going to go do my own little thing. And his teammates are wondering, like, well, how come he gets to do special treatment?
Yeah.
Right? And that was the issue. And I think that was my issue with Aaron Rodgers. Now, people can make it political and they can say, what side are you on the spectrum in terms of the COVID vaccine or not? It had nothing to do with it because at the end of the day, even if you didn't have the vaccine, you could still play football. Like there was rules in place for you to do that. He didn't want to follow the rules. That's the issue.
What's funny, he kind of became, in my opinion, I guess as I continue to morph this a little bit, more vocally selfish in terms of like having a platform. Like the platform became more focused, or it felt like more important than even football. To the point where he almost got on a ticket.
Yeah.
I mean, not a ticket, but to run for president, like a vice president, right? I mean, that's a little crazy. That to me says focus is off.
Yep.
Like, again, if you want to be great. And some of this stuff, by the way, is a little tricky with Rodgers because it combines with age. So you don't know if it's age. It also combines with injury. But you could also say lost focus combines with not as good play. And it really fell off pretty quick because I think he went from like 3-time MVP to what we now see.
Yep.
In a short time. Hey, let's get Shock Your Mock presented by Everbank. We got to pick one of these mock drafts to get into our quarterfinals. And Nick in the daytime, what do we got? James Hartman, Jake Scott, Coach Barnes, and Amby's Burner putting up there today. Got a little bit different drafts. 2 Travis Hunters and Ashton Jeanty in the mix. And more offensive linemen from Coach Barnes, but an R.J. Harvey sighting in there too. All right, I feel like I've been going first here. Which one do you like? Oh, there's your Luther Burden there in round 2. Oh, Jake Scott going heavy.
So,
but I think he wants Travis Hunter as a corner. I see.
Yeah. Listen, I like the Jake Scott here, especially with Travis Hunter and Burden. But knowing what we know now about Travis Hunter, like the guy's going to play both ways. So was it kind of an overkill to get Travis Hunter and then Luther Burden? I mean, it's an embarrassment of riches. I get it. And the only thing I didn't like about James, I had my eye on James Hartman. Because, I mean, let's be honest. If Travis Hunter's there, you take him.
Absolutely.
Right?
I mean, you love those drafts already because you got Travis Hunter.
Yeah. So I'm leaning towards the Travis Hunter side here. And then it comes down to, well, what needs do you fill in with more? Walter Nolan could be a beast. The biggest thing about him is obviously, does he have the tenacity, right? Because sometimes he's been known to take plays off, but when he's on, this guy's really on. Jared Wilson at center, that's going to be, that'll be a couple years from now. You got a tight end. The one thing that you're missing, James, is the edge.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess what? Let's get weird. Let's get nuts. Let's go Jake Scott, man. Like, I don't like how we're going to have, sorry, Gabe Davis,
Yeah.
I mean,
or you play him at corner. I mean, what's interesting is the mock drafts all have him at corner. And now the real trend, I don't know about all, but the ones we've seen have labeled him as a corner. But a lot of the current sentiment seems like in the NFL to be saying wide receiver first. So we're still confused. I don't know why people are so tight-lipped on that.
I don't know. All I know, though, Brent, is that if you have Travis Hunter playing in some capacity on offense as well, and you get Luther Burden, in 2 to 3 years, you may be talking about a top 3 wide receiving core with Brian Thomas Jr.
Oh, yeah.
So if that's the case, Trevor Lawrence is a happy camper. Go and give me Jake Scott.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. By the way, we should note, maybe not James, is obviously Kyron Lacey, the sad story there from this week with that young man. And I think I'm going to jump in. I think I'm going to jump in the mix. And I know I've picked the Travis Hunter one already.
Yep.
So a little for diversity on our mock drafts when we get to the quarterfinals. A little bit because now it just doesn't feel like Hunter is even close to available. It's almost like I feel like he's Cam Ward and just get him out of your mind. I'm going to go with Hamby's Burner here because Genty's the favorable one right now.
Sure.
And so you get Jeanty and
Higgins,
Grant, and you get Higgins. So you do end up with a receiver in round 3. Is that a steal potential guy? And I also think I like the edge at 88 because now you can get somebody there to make an impact. Safety is somewhere the Jags need. I think you're checking a lot of boxes is my point.
That's fair.
On that top left side. And we keep talking ourselves into Ashton Jeanty a little bit. So... and we get a 6th-round pick in 2026, from Hamby's Burner there. So what the heck? Let's go for it. So I'll take Hamby's Burner. You take Jake Scott. We've got 2 more to get to the quarterfinals, and we'll see where it lands. As we'll do a quarterfinal, by the way, on Monday, a quarterfinal on Tuesday, a semifinal on Wednesday, and a championship on Thursday. Man, I'm missing some of this chat stuff. I'm not sure if I want to. What are the standings, Brent, for what? I missed that. I have to go back and look what the standings are in what capacity you were mentioning there. So I'll make sure I look at that during the break. Brent and Austen Show on the Action Sports Shacks 24/7 network. We've got the Jacksonville Sharks playing tomorrow night here on the network. You can watch all the home games right here on ActionSportsJacks.com, the Action News Jacks app. From your couch, just get the Action News Jacks Now app. Play it on Roku, Google TV, Apple TV, Vizio, Samsung, all the rest. Wherever you stream your shows, you can do it with Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network and the Jacksonville Sharks. They play tomorrow night at home. Get on down to the arena. Kind of a cool day. University of North Florida football Ospreys for the first time ever. They take on the moniker. And we'll talk a little Sharks when we come back here on the Brent and Austen Show on the Action Sports Shacks 24/7 network.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness, and most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
Action Sports Jacks is the biggest brand in Jacksonville, and we're excited to add another partnership for this team's biggest season yet. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is now the official streaming network of the Jacksonville Sharks for their 15th season.
The Jacksonville Sharks are your champions.
I've been telling you about CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing for a long time now. Their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants.
We've had a Connecticut water softener and drinking water system in our home for more than 7 years. You can see the difference whether you're washing clothes, the dishes, or what I like to do most, fill this up for some coffee every morning, and mostly all day. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter.
Right now, you can get a free Connecticut reverse osmosis system with the purchase of a Connecticut Premier Softener. The experts at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing will test your water for free and determine your water score. Don't know your water score? CGC will find out and recommend the appropriate Connecticut water treatment solutions so you can improve it. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Ask about our 90-day love it or leave it guarantee. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
It's been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Oh, Nick's favorite shot of the day right here. We love downtown Jacksonville. Give me a hard time.
This is Austin's favorite shot. I don't mind.
Hey, it's everyone's favorite shot, man.
We're an hour and a half into the show. We haven't even shown. We didn't even show Hamby's Covenant Warriors winning the district championship.
There we go.
He didn't put it in the system.
Yeah, no, we're all good. We'll keep seeing that skyline. Wow. But I love, like, Nick, I'm not mad at this because this is kind of like your calling card, right? This is like your signature. I was like, oh, Nick's in the studio today.
And I mean, if he's put it in, he's put it in. But
Nick's in the studio. So Hamby won some kind of district championship?
Yeah, so him and his team, the first year team, and they won a district championship.
Nice.
So they're on to the regionals and a bunch of district champs, by the way, last night. Congratulations to everybody. And we've actually got district championships in baseball, flag football, lacrosse happening right now, and boys and girls lacrosse, I believe maybe even tennis as well. And then today there are selection shows. So big day with the FHSAA that will put out the regional playoffs happening.
So this is, I mean, obviously this could be a dumb question, but like coming from Wisconsin, we never had district. We called it like, conference play. So is this what it is? Is it conference play? Like they won the division, like the conference, or how does?
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of different things. Like there are some, like there's the Gateway Conference, and then there's the district, and then there's the region. I mean, and then there's classification, right, statewide. So there's a lot, but I would say that's probably similar to this.
Gotcha.
Most conference tournaments, this would be the district tournament.
Sure.
And if you win that, you go on to the regionals automatically. If you don't win that, there's still a chance you get in that large bid in an 8-team regional. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And they've really changed the rules this year. They go best 2 out of 3 in baseball instead of just one game to get to the Final Four. So a new experiment in the FHSAA. More on that, by the way, on No Gate Fees, presented by Nick Buick GMC, Baker Sports, Perfect Rack Billiards, and Republic Services. You can check it out on social media from this past week. And check it out each and every Wednesday at 2 o'clock, No Gate Fees on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. We talked about your roommate, your scientist.
Oh, yeah.
Who's gone all the time and finding all these things. Got some love this week.
Yeah, I mean, I don't listen.
I know you can't say too much.
Well, no, I don't.
This one's all over the place.
Oh, this one's everywhere. I don't know how. And knowing him, he doesn't want any of the attention at all. But I mean,
well, maybe he's not listening.
Yeah, but he's going through surgery right now. We actually. So it's funny we see that downtown shot. We had to drop him off for surgery at JOI today.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. So some of the Jaguars' best are taking care of a knee surgery for him today. So best doctors in the town, bro.
Probably Kevin Kaplan
came Shad Khan preferred. You know what I'm saying? But no, if you see, and once again, he doesn't want me to say this because he doesn't want any attention, but I think it's really cool. If you go on ABC, if you go on MSN, anywhere, it's one of the front page things. There's a colossal squid that was captured on camera for the first time in history, and my roommate Chris is the guy that captured it. And he'll get no credit, like his science team, the captain, everything, they'll get the credit, but he was actually manning like the pod with the camera that caught the video that they used for the picture.
That's really cool.
If you see the footage of the colossal squid today captured, that's my roommate.
That's awesome. That's really neat. And it's funny because I was listening to Ronan talk about it too, and it's like, obviously, he's getting an education at home. Forget about science class.
Everyone says, like, all our mutual friends say we should start our own reality television show because, so there's him, and then there's another guy who sometimes stays with us, but he's maybe around like 2 weeks out of the year, and I won't even give but he's a world lawyer. So
what does that even mean?
The big stuff.
The real big stuff.
The real big stuff.
A world lawyer. I've never heard of that term.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So like the real big stuff. So it's not just him. I mean, it's a team.
Part of a team. Yeah.
He's part of a team. But yeah, man,
that is fascinating.
There's a lot of crazy. Yeah, I mean,
you guys are a melting pot.
I feel like I'm the most boring guy out of the group, honestly.
Yeah, which is not
what
true.
do you do? You played football and fight? Oh, cool. Okay.
That is not true.
Yeah.
That's pretty, I thought you had an interesting resume. So do your roommates, apparently.
Yeah.
Is anybody just working 9 to 5? Hey, let's talk a little bit more about the Jacksonville Sharks right now. And they've got a big game coming up tomorrow we're actually going to go down to the arena in just a little bit and have some fun.
Yes,
we're going full uniform Sharks this afternoon, just to let you know. We'll have more on that down the road. But this guy goes full uniform Sharks as well. Karan Ashley, he's a Jacksonville guy from Potter's House, is where he played some high school ball. Been around the block now and back home here in Jacksonville, a wide receiver for the Sharks. What's up, man? Oh, Nick, we got to make sure you got, hang on, Karan, we'll get you. You might be muted or we got to unmute you back here, but we'll figure it out in a second. As we get that, Sharks play tomorrow night. They're 3-0, and they will play at home tomorrow night, 7 o'clock right here in the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. And we're in those UNF uniforms, by the way, so that will be a lot of fun.
Has there been like an unveiling yet of it, Brent?
No, you know what's interesting? I thought about that too, but I guess they probably want to hide it a bit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would.
Yeah, they don't want to give, but it's kind of a big deal.
It could have been a Brent and Austen exclusive.
I kind of thought about that too, but I might have thought about that too late. Where it's like, hey, we could put it on and model it. If you want us to.
See, you're way ahead of the game, Brent.
But tomorrow's TV night. Oh, appropriately so. It's actually not on TV, but it's on our streaming network.
Nice.
So, yeah, they've teamed up for the first football game. They'll use the North Florida Ospreys name for the game. And then there'll be a jersey auction after the game as well. And if you're going to that, stick around. The 25-yard line in front of Section 113 is where you go. And then there'll be like an online link to be able to bid on the new uniforms. Enjoy performance by the Attack Dance team, UNF cheer team, world famous Disconnected Canines as well. So you've got that going for you. Tote bag giveaway, first 1,000 fans. Got a lot going on at the Jacksonville Sharks game. And you also have an Easter egg decorating, game day photo op with the Easter Bunny as well. A little bit of everything, face painting and more. So big night tomorrow night downtown at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena for the Jacksonville Sharks game as they try to go to 4-0. And as we tried to tell everybody about the Sharks, this is a different style. This isn't arena ball where it's high flying. Well, it can be high flying. I don't want to say it's not. It's just not like nobody plays defense. It's your style ball. Run the football. Play defense. Their defense has been outstanding. They've only allowed 65 points total through 3 games. They got 2 wins on the road, so coming back and getting a win would be nice. They play Massachusetts again, the team they beat in week 1.
And it's really cool too, man, because like it's defense, but it's close quarters, like defense, like close quarters trench warfare.
Yeah, because the field's the same. I mean, obviously it's a very small field.
Yeah, like that's.
So how would you do in this?
I have to start stretching and call it a comeback. I don't know how I'd do. I mean, I think I'd be okay. You know, like obviously,
well, not right now.
No. I know my body isn't built for it. No, I think I would have had some pretty good success.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, it's. I mean, at the end, it's football's football.
Exactly, and like. Would playing edge, for instance, or playing defensive end, like would it change that much from like what I was accustomed to in the NFL? I don't think so. Like if the guy's gonna pass at me, work a pass rush move. Guy's gonna run block me, get off the block, make a play. I mean it's still football.
Well, and on top of it, I think this style, this indoor league rather than the arena league, kind of would help guys on the defensive front.
Keep in mind, playing at AstroTurf, and I said it, AstroTurf for 2 years at Murray State as well.
Oh, so you guys were turf there?
We were the last school to have AstroTurf in college football.
Are your knees pretty good?
I mean,
that was hard. That was firm, right? Could you feel that?
It didn't feel like football.
Yeah.
It was weird. Like I always say, it's weird wearing like basketball shoes playing football.
Because that's what you had, no spikes.
No, dude. It was AstroTurf.
Not modified cleats or anything like that.
It was AstroTurf, man. It was concrete.
So you were wearing,
Vans, yes, Brent. I was wearing my Vans.
Vans would have been cool.
That would actually. I used to drive my strength trainer crazy because you know me. I've always worn these since high school.
Yeah.
I used to drive my strength trainer crazy because I used to wear these like in like the squat rack and power cleaning.
Yeah.
And it would drive him up a wall, man. But hey, do what you're comfortable with, right?
All right, let's try Karan Ashley right now. I think he can hear us. I believe. Can we hear him? Is the question. What's up, man?
What's up, my man? How you doing?
We're good, man. We got you now. Thanks for hanging with us, being a little bit patient there. Hey, man, big game tomorrow night. You guys are off to a nice start. It's fun to win, isn't it?
Oh, yes, sir. Absolutely. Can't complain about that.
What's it like playing in the hometown? You've been around the block now. You've been in the CFL. You actually play at Quad City next week, a team I think you were with. You played at West Florida in college, so you've been all around. But what's it like to come back home and be able to play the sport you love?
Oh man, it means the world to me. For Coach Gibson to give me the opportunity to come back, means a lot to me to be able to, have that game where I played in front of my family. I had about 20, 25 family members and friends, come to the game first home game. So it just means the world to me, to be able to, put on for the city. Family, friends coming out to watch me play who hasn't seen me play in years. So I'm just thankful and grateful for the opportunity, honestly.
I mean, Karan, when we talk about somebody who's obviously played at the college level, you've played in Canada, and now you're playing in the indoor league, like how much have you had to maybe tailor your game to this league compared to coming from college, coming from, Canada as well?
Well, yeah, it's definitely different from like the outdoor game for sure, because obviously it's only 8 people on the field. So it's definitely different. It's a smaller field. It's only a 55-yard field. So it's like, penalties can definitely be, costly. A 10-yard penalty outside is definitely equivalent to, maybe a 15-yard penalty, indoors. So it's like, the rules are definitely different. But as far as like the play style is different as well. It's only 3 linemen. So, you got the high motion. So you don't see that outside. But as far as Canada, you see, that style of play as far as with the high motion receiver and stuff like that. So it was definitely eye-opening, playing my first year at Quad City, of course. It was definitely eye-opening knowing that it's, different style of football out there to be played.
I think that's a fascinating question, actually, because now that I'm trying to compute all that, you go from, those are 3 different fields.
Of course.
From a receiver standpoint, and maybe different than maybe on the line, and probably has to do with the line as well. But from a receiver standpoint, we talk landmarks a lot, right? So when you're running routes and you're trying to hit different landmarks, man, you must be doing a lot of math in all these different leagues and trying to figure out what those landmarks are and where they fit on the field.
Absolutely. I was just going through that in my head last week when I was running a go route down the wall, and I'm just like, man, it's not really much space to run on that wall. So, but it's different. You got to tailor your game to where you're playing. So I'm where my feet are. I'm trying to get better each and every day. I know I'm the best receiver in the league, and I'm just trying to prove that, every practice, every game. So, like I say, man, I'm, grateful for the opportunity to even, be here. And I know I'm going to get back outdoors, but right now, hey, we indoors and, we're trying to make this thing work. So
what fuels the fire to still play and to chase it the way you're chasing it still, and to go to Canada to play and everywhere you've been, at your age and the time you put in, the work you put in, like where is that balance in your mind? Obviously, everybody, you can play as long as you can play is a great thing, right? But there obviously is a lot of investment on your time and commitment to be able to get your body right and everything else to be able to commit the way you are.
Absolutely. It takes a lot that goes into your body, not only into your body, but as a football player, your mind as well. You have to keep your mind sharp as well. So I would just say my passion and my drive comes from, my mom and, rest in peace, my dad, seeing them work hard and knowing that I want a better life for not only my family, myself, but, for my future kids and, future generations, to come. So that's all. I want to make a living. I know you can only play so long, of course, as long as your body and the game allows you. But I want to be around the game as long as possible, whether that's coaching, helping kids, get to college, different stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just my job, like I said, just comes from seeing my mom and my dad put that time into trying to better their lives for themselves and me as well.
Karan, when you talked about that mindset, what is the mindset like when you grow up with 8 sisters and 3 brothers?
Oh man.
What is that mindset like, man?
Yeah. And I'm the second oldest too, but
oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because we were kind of like split up, a lot of like some of my siblings were in Denver and then some of my siblings were in Jacksonville where I live. So I was born in Denver, Colorado. So a lot of my family is out there, but having a lot of siblings in the household in general is definitely I'm gonna say a lot for sure. But it teaches you discipline. I mean, it teaches you discipline, especially when you're the when you're the oldest. You got to look out for
It's a lot of responsibility.
It's a lot of responsibility. My grandma tells me all the time, you're the leader, and everything that you do, they're gonna essentially follow. So just try to be a good example. Tell them, stay in school. And I just try to, be a great example for them. That's all.
Yeah, you mentioned that your dad passed when he was 46 years old. So, I mean, do you take on, with that big a family, have you felt that kind of responsibility, take on that leadership role in the family?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I get on the phone with pretty much, all my family members, and it's always, man, you look just like your dad. And, it's like, constantly hearing that and constantly knowing that he's still with me through me. And, I mean, it means the world to me. I know, death happens, and we all got to go someday. So, I'm at peace with, of course I miss him, and like I say, that's my drive, and I think about him every day. But I'm at peace with, I'm gonna say death, because like I say, we all got to go. We all got to go. It's hard, but we all got to go. So,
hey, give us a sense of a day in a life of a Jacksonville Sharks player? Because I think like some of you guys have like other jobs and things like that, right? I mean, you're not getting rich playing this game at this level. So you're playing it for a lot of passion and pride, and obviously you love to compete. But what's your day like normally?
Okay, so a normal day in the life of a Jacksonville Shark, man. So, well, I haven't been working at the schools recently because, just trying to, get my feet wet within the season and stuff like that. But I'm actually a school teacher. I do substitute teaching. So on a day where we have, practice or something like that, we wake up at, we got to be at taping at 6:15. So 6:15 to 7:15, we got to have tape. 7:15 starts practice. We got to be in the meeting room. We'll meet for about 30 minutes. And then, of course, we'll have practice. So practice lasts for about 2 hours. We'll practice. And then, 10 o'clock, I pick up a shift at the schools, and then, work at the schools until about 2 o'clock. Maybe get a lift in. Of course, make sure you, eating in between, getting those carbs and that protein in between. Like I said, get a workout in, and pretty much, put that rest in your recovery in your body. I'm a local, so I don't live with the guys at the apartments on the other side of town. So I kind of like fellowship with those guys when I can. So pretty much that's pretty much my day. I may get on the game a little bit, but I'm in the bed. I'm 26, man. I know that's not old, but I'm in the bed 9 o'clock. Man, bed. So my day's not that long. Like I say, I'll work out, maybe pick up a shift at schools and practice. That's about it.
All right.
I was trying that discipline when I was 26 years old, man, because he sounds like me, and I'm 37, dude. So yeah, it sounds like you got it all figured out in terms of rest and recovery.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kiss those beach bars goodbye, Austen.
Yeah, Karan has done that. You not so much.
Not so
at
much.
26.
Yeah.
All right, man. Hey, go put on a show tomorrow. Look forward to seeing it. You can watch it right here. Tell your family and friends. You can watch it right here on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. But hopefully they'll get down to the arena, be a part of it. We're in those UNF Ospreys jerseys as well, and auctioning them off after. So maybe put a bid in for Karan Ashley, local guy here who played at Potter's House. Good luck, man. Thanks for joining us.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Go Sharks.
You bet. That's Karan Ashley, wide receiver for the Jacksonville Sharks. Pretty cool. These guys all have interesting stories, interesting backgrounds, and right now a very good football team at 3-0, trying to make it 4-0 tomorrow. We talked about the Sharks. How about a little bit for love for the Jacksonville Icemen? We were mentioning they're playing down at in Southwest Florida. Game 1 and Game 2 this weekend starts up tonight in the Kelly Cup playoffs. And here we go again with the Florida Everblades. I think we're going down to Estero right now, or maybe he's up in Jacksonville. I'm not really sure where Alex Reed is, but we don't have him just yet. We'll get to Alex Reed in just a couple of moments and talk a little bit about the Jacksonville Icemen. You should have tried to just try out for the Sharks. I know you said you could try it out for the Icemen, be the enforcer.
Yeah.
You should have. You could go back to football one more time.
Yeah, I mean, I could. Honestly, man, though, if we're talking about, I would rather go with the Icemen, Brent. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Ronan's like fist pumping here.
Oh, Ronan wants me to play football. He wants me to be a professional wrestler as well. So there's a lot of things he wants me to accomplish. Hey, you can just accomplish those things. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Go.
Yeah.
Football or wrestling? Like, you're not doing wrestling. You'd be more apt to do football. Wrestling was way too much training that still goes into it.
Well,
football, you've already trained for it.
Listen, I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about the training aspect of wrestling. I'm worried about the time on the road, because like it's, dude, you're never around.
Yeah, that's
yeah. So if you want to watch me on TV, Ronan, and have fun, but you're not gonna be able to see me a lot on the weekends and everything, probably. So
would that like actually intrigue you though if it wasn't the time on the road?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Why not? But
you think
also,
you could do it.
I mean, that's so hard to say. Yeah, I think I think I could do it. Like, I think I could have the mic skills, have the look. You know, it would take me a while to get the in-ring work down, but I think I can understand psychology pretty well.
Yeah, it's a lot of technique to it, right?
It's a lot of technique to it. But once again, I think having a jiu-jitsu background and having a grappling background a little bit, like I'm not going to come in like, you know, cold, like raw. Like I know some things. But yeah, I'm 37 years old, man, and
thanks.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, let's head over to Alex Reed right now. Talk a little Jacksonville Icemen. You got a better chance of skating with the Icemen than you do wrestling.
There we go.
On WrestleMania
Sorry, Tony Khan.
this weekend. You look like you might be in a hotel or something. You down there in Southwest Florida?
I am. Yeah, I've been in the hotel here.
All right. I know you've been a little under the weather, so thanks for taking a few minutes. Here we go again, man. I mean, I don't really know if we need to explain too much about this. All you have to do is say Icemen Everblades, and everybody in this city, I think, knows how you feel. It's kind of this feeling, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt. It's kind of become the joke. It's the annual Icemen Everblades, routine here, right? But it is. That's just the way. When you look at the ECHL, that's really the way the playoff format's structured. I mean, the first two rounds are within your division, and you have two good teams, the Everblades, the Icemen. So, chances are pretty good that they're going to see each other at least in, the first or second round. So that's kind of where we're at. But obviously it's not gone our way the last 3 years. But, it's another crack at these guys, so the motivation should certainly be there.
Well, and Alex, that's the question, right? Like, are you guys treating this like another playoff series, or is it almost taboo where it's like we got to talk about who we're playing against and what it means because what they've done to you guys the past couple of years?
I think for some of the guys that have been around for the last 3 or 4 or 5 years, even Chris Browns, the Derek Lodemeyers, those guys that have been around, they've been through this. I think with them, it's something that it's another. They know the history, right? And obviously they get motivated to play against these guys, but. I think for Sean Tickle, the new coach, he hasn't been here for any of those previous 3, and he's just kind of looking at it as like, hey, I don't care about all that stuff. I mean that's in the past. This is a new team, new era kind of thing, and he knows that he's got a lot of respect for the team. He knows that they're a very good team, but at the same time, I don't think he's dwelling on the past. He's just looking at what we can do right now, and that's kind of where we're at. But there's no doubt in the minds of some of those guys that have been around. They want this pretty bad.
I think that's probably a smart move on coach's part too, because I think when you've lost 3 years in a row to this, I think you can tighten up the skates a little bit too tight, and start want it too much. And I think it's dangerous if you want something too much to kind of get outside yourself and get emotionally tied to it. So there's a balance there. It'll be interesting if they can strike the balance out. So let me just ask you this, just give us a sense. You've been around it for the last few years. I mean, the Everblades are good again. The Icemen are good again. Are the Everblades better than they've been? Are the Icemen better than they've been compared to the last 3 years? I don't know if you do a ranking system, but where are the two teams relative to when they've met in these last few years and the Everblades have won?
Yeah, it's really interesting because really the last, I'd say 2 years, it was really kind of a 2-team race, in my opinion, in this division. I think a lot of people thought last year, across the league, that whoever won that first round series between the Icemen and the Everblades were going to go on and win the whole thing. And that's kind of what happened. Unfortunately, Florida went on to win. But I think we're kind of in that similar boat. But now there's a third team. That's the team that actually won the division in the regular season. South Carolina. And so yeah, I mean, there's 3 really good teams. 5 of the top most defensive teams in the league. 3 of the top 5 most defensive teams in the league come out of the South Division. So, South Carolina's 1, Florida's 2, the Icemen are 5th on that list. So I think both teams are very good, defensively. They don't allow a lot of goals against. And it's just, I think what I like about the Icemen's team this year versus years past is our depth at the forward position. I think there's a lot more depth. I think Florida's got a very good line, top line or 2. But I think the Icemen, they've been able to get scoring from all 4 of their lines consistently all season long. So I think the depth there is kind of where maybe I think is a little bit different than in years past because, this team can score no matter who's on the ice and no matter what line's on the ice. So that's a good thing. But obviously, too, they got to find ways to beat Cam Johnson, the goaltender for the Everblades. Once again, he had a 1.92 goals against average. It's simply incredible. The guy's just an elite goaltender at this league. So, the team has to find a way to get traffic in front of the net and, just make his life a little difficult because once he gets comfortable, he's really tough to score on.
Hey, let's end with this. Best of 7, you don't have home ice. So the Icemen, what do you think? Like, how does this play out? How do you draw it up? Because you want to split, I would assume, tonight or tomorrow, realistically. And then, man, it's hard to go beat that team 3 times, right? But maybe you take 2 out of 3 at home, and then you're still going to have to win 1 on the road. Like, what's this look like in your mind, painting a way and a path for the Icemen to get it done?
Yeah, I think, obviously, if you can get a split here this weekend, then you do have home ice advantage all of a sudden, right? So, but you're right. I mean, it's going to be tough to beat a team like that 3 times in a row. They're just going to have to find a way to do it. So the way you got to look at it really is it's a 2-3-2 format. You get a split this weekend, get 2 or 3 at home, and then you got to get a split, on the backside of it. The last couple of years, the Icemen had the home ice advantage, and it just didn't work out. So maybe with the script reversed a little bit here, the Icemen can find a way and put that pressure on Florida. To have to win their home games here, especially early in the series. So I think that's the mindset. I mean, it's, the coaches, you talk to them, gosh, they're all the same, right? The one game at a time, one game at a time. But but in regard, it is kind of that way. But if the team can come down here, which is a tough place to play, and get a split, I think that would bode well for the team heading to next week. I think both teams have played really well at home. Our home record was one of the best we've had in years.
Yeah.
So I think that bodes well for Jacksonville too.
Yeah, home ice for both these squads, obviously with the crowds and everything else, usually pretty good. And we know that in Jacksonville, same goes down there in Southwest Florida with the 3-time defending Kelly Cup champs. All right, man, appreciate it. Thanks for jumping in, and good luck tonight, and we'll see what happens. We'll talk more Icemen next week, hopefully coming off at least a split of the weekend.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
That is Alex Reed with the Jacksonville Icemen, and we'll see if they can get it done. Game 1 tonight down there in Estero.
Glenn C., I don't want to hear it. My Rangers go from the president. Try being a Red Wings fan. It's been 2016 for me. All right? And by the way, like, I've had to watch Montreal rebuild. I've had to watch Ottawa rebuild. I've had to watch the Los Angeles Kings rebuild their hockey teams, and they're all in the playoffs this year. But Hockey Town, known supposedly as Detroit, we're all good. We're all good.
I will tell you this, and I don't pay attention to your
good, Brent.
Red Wings, but it is stunning to me just from someone who, as you grow up, like the Red Wings are so good in the 90s and probably early 2000s, mid 2000s. And for you to say since 2016, that's just like stunning.
Yeah.
Not too many franchises. It'll be like the Patriots in whatever
sure.
Look it up in 15 years, and they've only made the playoffs like twice.
It'd be like the Yankees. I feel, it'd be weird. It's like the Yankees with like a storied traditional team.
Yeah,
right.
Yankees
like
haven't won a World Series since 2009,
but they've made the playoffs.
But they've made the playoffs a lot. They're not going to.
They've had success, Brent.
Yeah,
they haven't won the big one, but they at least had a decent run.
Yeah, the Red Wings for 2 decades felt like a staple. It's probably more like a decade and a half or something like that, but it was a staple, and they're just out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah,
in the NHL. Sorry to bring you down.
It wasn't your fault.
We'll bring you back up though. WrestleMania coming up next. Predictions still on the way.
Are you talking about the Brent and Austen WrestleMania Spectacular, Brent?
We are. Extravaganza on the way on the Brent and Austen Show, the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 Network.
Are you about to graduate high school and haven't decided on what you want to do when you get done? Well, one option is to apply to become a student in the Electrical Training Alliance of Jacksonville. Their program offers structured classroom and online training, along with on-the-job training so that you can earn while you learn. Still not convinced? The folks at ETA Jacks are a tuition-free 4-year apprenticeship program. There is no tuition and no student debt. Just pay for your books and your fees. That's it. Now, speaking of pay, students, they start off making $40,000 per year, including benefits, and they graduate, get this, making over $80,000 per year, including those sought-after benefits. Now, that sounds pretty good to me, and if that sounds good to you, it should check off a lot of boxes. So head on over to etajacks.org and apply by May 15th. Again, the website right here, etajacks.org. Don't wait, apply today.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Save 10% off any water heater, plus no trip charge. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. For a limited time, CGC is waiving the trip charge on all related plumbing calls. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jag Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
I'm ready to show my hand, ready to take a stand. Wait on a sign above, and I am ready, ready. 'Cause I just live for the game. 'Cause I just live for the game. 'Cause I just live for the game. The crowds for the tape. I got it. Iconic.
Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Oh, play the music right now, man. This is actually, Brent, this is good. This is what I'm...
good. I just
play it.
I always like when Nick chuckles.
Play it.
Like he knows what's coming.
Annoy me one more time with it, Nick, and play the song, because it's going to be a good intro to the Duval Bailey, actually.
Here we go.
I'm talking about a little place called with Brent Martineau.
Brent, I want you to look somewhere for Bay Street around there. That's what we're talking about. But the Jacksonville Transportation Authority will be ordering 100 autonomous transit vehicles set to be first manufactured at the facility in America and none other city than Jacksonville. By the way, for those of you that don't know, autonomous means it drives itself. JTA will start by
the show.
Exactly. JTA will start by buying 14 shuttles that will run on what's called the Bay Street Innovation Corridor between the downtown core and the sports complex. The plant will generate 763 direct and indirect jobs, including 150 people who work at the plant itself, according to the report released by the Jacks Chamber of Commerce. The cost per shuttle will be, not to ride it, I'm saying to build it, is $409,000. Oof. Nico's getting 2 of those in UCLA. Am I right, Nick, in the daytime?
So, give me that money. Give me that money again.
$409,000 to make one of these.
Wow.
But there will be self-driving, so I guess you make up for, like, with, drivers not having to be there. So there you go.
Yeah, again, obviously long-term play.
Long-term play.
Interesting.
Yeah, but the first city in America will be making the autonomous buses is in Jacksonville.
That's I like that. We're on the forefront of something.
There you go,
edgy.
man.
What does this place look like? What does every place look like in 10 years when it comes to that kind of stuff?
Who you telling, man?
Yep. That's I think I can visualize it.
Yeah.
But I don't know like if it's 10 years or if it's 20 years.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Or like, because we did this in California. Like you see the it's like the Google cars, and they're autonomous.
Yeah.
You're like, is there anybody? No.
So have you been in one yet or not?
I haven't been in one.
Okay.
But you see them all over.
Correct.
Like I assume they were doing like the Google Map stuff.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen them anywhere else. I feel like when we were in California last summer, you saw a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And they got the camera on top, and multiple times. Like it takes you a while to be like, is there somebody in there? No, there's not.
Yeah.
But they're all over the place. I don't know what all over the place means. I don't know if there's 20 of them or whatever. But the bus will be a little something different. For sure. Hey, Brent Martineau, Austen Lane, Nick in the daytime. Casey Kurt's going to join us in just a couple of moments. And just to catch everybody up, we're a week away from the draft, obviously. We had a lot of talk early on. Ashton Jeanty continues to be the big topic of discussion, kind of a deep dive into that. You can always go listen to the podcast up every day at 1:30 and listen to the first hour of the show, and listen to all 3 hours of the show at your convenience. And also catch it on social media, too. But a lot of conversation about the draft, and we'll really kick that up next week. Shock Your Mock Bracket will be out, presented by Everbank, and we'll have some guests on the show. In fact, we'll be live from Jags headquarters next Thursday with the show, 10 a.m. until 1 p.m., and that will kick off a bunch of draft coverage throughout the day, including 7 to 10 p.m. 7 to 8 will be on TV. 8 to 10 will be right here on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network, so we'll have some live reaction to what's going on with the Jacksonville Jaguars, where we hope they don't trade out all the way out of the first round. That's what we always hope that does not happen. But that's really it going on in the football world right now. We kind of wait and see inside a week to go with the NFL draft. Meanwhile, a huge weekend for WrestleMania. You're fired up.
I couldn't be more excited, Brent. Come on now. It's WrestleMania, man. It's like Christmas.
Like I can see the vibe. I can feel the energy.
It's WrestleMania, man.
You're so excited.
Yeah.
Like what kind of level of excitement for WrestleMania? Are you going to buy food? Are you tailgating? Like
we'll have some
what time does this thing start? Are you in front of the couch? Like turn the phone off? Like give me the setting.
Sure. So there'll be some refreshments.
Okay. That's good.
Yep.
It's a long night.
Let's put it out there. Give me some refreshments. So it starts like, in case you can back me, it's like 5 o'clock, the pre-show or whatever. It's like a 2-hour pre-show.
Was it like a red carpety type thing?
Kind of a little bit. We're all set with that.
They sell that.
Yeah. I mean, I might
shoulder programming.
I might tune in to see like what the setup looks like, because that's kind of an exciting thing. Is like what's the ring? What's the whole venue going to look like? In Vegas. Yep. So I'll tune in for that. I won't watch a lot of the pre-show, but as soon as the first match starts, we're gonna turn the cell phone. I mean, I'll probably text in case, because Scrap House on Wednesdays 7 to 8, by the way. So we're talking a lot of wrestling. Might actually do a Scrap House special. We'll see if we
thinking about it.
If we go live with that. Exactly. Mom's in town, so I got to balance everything up. I think we'll be all right,
because this goes like deep into the night, right?
Deep into the night. Yeah.
What time might be done? 1 a.m.
Well, so it's 2 nights now, Brent. So it's 2 nights. So I think it goes till 10:30ish maybe.
Yeah.
Casey? Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Both nights, so like 5.
Both nights.
Yep. So you said 5 pre-show.
I think it's like 5 or 6 o'clock.
So the actual like stuff is like 7 to 10:30ish.
Something around that.
Sounds
line.
about right.
Yep.
But over 2 nights.
How
long have they been doing 2 nights now?
Couple years.
What is this, like 4 or 5? I think.
So
now?
it feels like it started during the pandemic, honestly.
Maybe. Yeah, that could be true. Yep.
Remember, WrestleMania canceled during the pandemic on our show.
Biggest breaking story we ever had.
It's crazy. That's what we always say.
We were covering out the players and everything. Maybe we should be in Las Vegas right now covering WrestleMania, Brent. But it's all good. Maybe one day.
Does that happen?
Do people cover it?
Yeah, like
oh yeah,
outlets.
Oh yeah.
I mean, not like Vegas outlets would cover it.
No,
but do people travel and cover it?
I would think so.
You think so? Like
Yeah.
TV outlets?
Definitely.
Yes.
Who the heck is putting
For
that
sure.
in their budget?
People want to make some money.
I would bet Atlanta's there, because Cody Rhodes lives in Atlanta and Roman Reigns played for Georgia Tech. So I bet there's an Atlanta station there. That makes some sense. The people that have, like, wherever Tiffany Stratton's from in Minnesota is probably there, because that's her first WrestleMania. She's the champ.
Yep.
That's interesting.
We need
Like,
a
we don't
Jacksonville
have
star.
I was going to say we don't have that.
It would be no different, other than the fact that obviously we don't know what's going to happen, but they know. It'd be no different than like if you went to cover somebody in like PGA and they were leading the
first
the
time
US
or the
Open
Masters,
in New York.
whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's about the same thing, to be honest.
But who, like, seriously, I know there are wrestling like outfits, like websites and magazines and stuff.
Definitely.
But like,
like
so that's
Sports
like
Illustrated.
those
I
are the
mean,
beat,
like
right?
all
Bleacher Report, Sports Illustrated.
all the big, or like even like the big like sports conglomerates, they're all going to be there.
ESPN.
Yeah.
So they basically have like a beat reporter for it, or not a beat, because you're not covering it every week. But
No,
for
usually
WrestleMania,
there's a
they'll
special.
cover it.
Yeah, there's
Well,
usually
you
there's
kind
like
of you kind of are covering every. You're not there every week, but you're writing about it.
But you're right about it every week.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting. I've never thought about it in that kind of realm until
There's
I
press conferences. Everybody has a press conference after.
After.
Yep.
Even the losers.
Well, and we've seen that here, obviously, with the AEW stuff.
Wow, was that the first AEW pay-per-view? Double or Nothing.
There you go.
That's at the press conference.
So you sent someone to cover it. Look at that.
Or 2 people.
I wasn't there.
No, I'm saying 2 people for like the WrestleMania coming up.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you said so you send somebody to
No.
Yeah.
When you said the makeup of Vegas, though, like how big, like are we getting like steel cage, like do we know? Is that what you mean by like you're going to be surprised by?
Oh
what
no,
it looks
like the ramp,
like the ramp and everything, just like the presentation.
Just okay. So not necessarily the ring,
because I mean,
but everything that goes around.
Yeah,
how
just,
it's set up.
Just how it could, because I mean, I'm like, like if you watch a football game, like the Super Bowl, like it's a field.
It's a football field.
It's a field surrounded by fans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With wrestling, there's a little more you can, because it's entertainment too, right?
So it's like the halftime show at Super Bowl. How are they going to set it up?
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But that's interesting.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And really, the entrances are even more than the match at times.
Correct.
All right, one more question about WrestleMania for you guys.
Let's go.
As I interview you.
Let's go.
That's fine.
More appropriate in my world than what we're about to do next.
Well, we talked about the Masters for like 4 days straight. Getting an hour on wrestling. So.
How much of what you guys watch on the wrestling stuff is entertainment versus I want to be proven right in the script I have in my mind? Right, because it is actually kind of the cool thing about wrestling, I think, because like you've talked about this a lot. Like, hey, I could be a script writer for it, right? Or you could you feel like you can. Like
me and Casey have gone back and forth on the Scrap House, and we've actually written out some of the storylines that have happened.
Yeah, and and you can be right on them.
Correct.
Right, and so the other, like, we're going to do predictions, and we're like, okay, well, I predict this will happen, but it's a lot like, well, you don't do that in sports. Is my point. You can say, I think, who's going to win, but you don't really say, hey, the Jags are going to, in the first quarter, in the second quarter, in the third quarter. You're just like, I think they're going to win 23-20. That's what we do.
Sure.
But this year, it's totally like that. It's like, hey, it's going to happen on this series of downs, this series of downs, this match, this match.
Yeah.
And then the other thing we feel like we know about is like that's why people play fantasy. People play fantasy because I can be a GM. I can do better than Trent Baalke.
Yeah.
Well, and so this is, in my opinion, this is kind of wrestling fans. They're like, well, I can be better than that script writer.
Yeah.
I'm going to, because then we're going to critique that script writing, whether we like it or not, afterward, right? So it's kind of fascinating.
So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely, well, number one, it's nostalgic because I grew up watching it.
Yeah.
I can watch it with my son now, so that's pretty cool. You do get a little bit of like, oh, I knew that was going to happen, and I'll let Casey speak on it too, but like, in my opinion, what the magical moments that I find like that I keep coming back for are when I think something's going to happen and it's a swerve and it doesn't happen and it's better than I could ever imagine.
Yeah. So that's pleasantly surprised.
Because it's like any one of your favorite TV shows, right? Like if you watch your favorite TV show, you probably know like, okay, this is going to happen here. But then all of a sudden there's like a cliffhanger or something you didn't see happening. And that's what makes such a great TV show. Same thing with wrestling. So to me, it's the surprises, it's the swerves, it's the things that you don't see coming that keep me coming back.
Do you guys think you'll be pleasantly surprised at the end of the weekend? Or
the bar's pretty low, I think.
The bar's pretty low. I mean, I would. No, to be honest.
Why is the bar low? What do you mean?
There's not a lot of build for a lot of the other stuff that's going to happen.
Other than Cena?
The bar is super high for Cena, but we feel like we know. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, I would be shocked if it doesn't end the way that we think it's
Which we won't tell you because we have predictions coming up later, Brent, and we don't want to, corrupt you at all because...
But that is the big...
Yes.
That is like the big story.
The main event, if you will.
But that's the storyline going in, is this whole Cena stuff.
Yes.
This whole
sure. So like...
The problem is they don't have much else.
And this is the thing, Brent, right? Because once again...
I thought it was riding high. I figured you'd have a bunch of stories.
No, well, so here's the issue. Once again, like any TV show that you watch, this is the season finale of your TV show.
Yeah.
Right? This is where you pull out all the stops and everything.
Yeah.
And with great TV shows, what do you have to do? You build up the characters. You have to be emotionally invested in the characters. And then in the season finale, there's got to be a payoff.
This is Walter White going back to save Jesse. This is what this has to be.
I'll take your word for it. I've never seen Breaking Bad, but I know what you're talking about.
Really?
Yeah. I've never seen Breaking Bad. I've never watched an episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Both of you?
Both of you. Never watched it.
It was Walter White.
There was one scene I watched where they're at the table just eating, and it was like 30 minutes long. But anyways, so...
Nick, did you know who Walter White was?
I mean, I know who Walter White is.
Yep.
Hey, Nick, by the way, real quick, how long have we known each other?
Maybe a year.
How do you spell my name, Nick? There's no Z. Also, there's no H in the right spot.
Your name.
Take it off the screen, Nick.
Let me blow it up real
This
fast.
isn't already programmed?
Take it off the screen.
It was somewhere else, but then I was like, I don't remember how to spell it.
Hey, he wasn't even close, huh?
That was a good wrestling promotion right there.
That was great, Casey.
Thanks for the heel turn.
That was great. But Brett, so anyways, we aren't, at least I think me and Casey on the same page here, we're not emotionally invested into a lot of these matches because the build-up to them, there's no reason to feel a certain type of way about anything. Like, usually with a great wrestling match, you're cheering for one side or it's like, I gotta see what happens. There's some of these matches on more the undercard, you would call it, where it's just like, you just kind of put them together and it is what it is.
So maybe there's some storylines that come out of the match that you can make deep better.
Without a doubt, yes, that's correct. Welcome back, Casey.
Hey, Nick, at least you were close.
You weren't even close.
Instead of just confirming with him, I like how he just went off on his own. Tried it himself.
Close enough.
That's awesome. All right, so what are we doing?
Don't screw this bit up. All right, there's a lot you got to do back there.
There's a lot.
Don't even dare spell my name wrong and screw it up.
Don't you dare ruin the Brent Austin WrestleMania
This is my most
spectacular.
uncomfortable half hour of the year right here, coming up.
But last year you did so good with it. Or 2 years, whatever.
I feel as good about this one, but okay, here we go.
All right. So, Casey, tell us what we're going to do here.
All right, guys. So here's the deal. Wrestling, and Brent, we were just asking about it, honestly. How much of it is entertainment? How much of it you want to be proved right? Well, a lot of the entertainment is when two people talk smack to each other and kind of set up a match. So basically, what we're going to do here is you guys are going to take turns setting up a match that would be somehow, some way in WrestleMania. We're going to do 2 rounds of it. The first round really is a warm-up. All right?
Okay. Good, I need one.
You are fictional people in a fictional match with fictional rules. I'm not going to lie to you. The second one, I looked at both of you and what I know about you, and I made you a character. Okay? So the second one's going to be a little personal.
Like our chat GPT guy.
Okay.
You missed that one, but yeah, he's absolutely right.
So basically, we're gonna work out the kinks here, and in the second one, it's gonna be a little aggressive.
Okay.
So
people, there's some background noise going on right now in the chat. So is everything doing okay right now?
Nick, I don't hear anything.
Well, let me.
Let's wait.
Z Portner said my ears, and Sean said what's with the background noise?
Hear them.
Unpush the button, please. Fix the background noise.
The button should be unpushed now.
You need to put it in monitor so we can hear it.
Oh, good point there, Casey. Good point.
No, that's cool. We'll wait. We'll wait.
Yep. Well, just carry it for now.
So anyway, what'll happen is I will be the announcer, I guess. I will introduce both of you as your characters, and you go back and forth for a minute to set up this match. And
unpush the button. I love how people on the thing can hear.
Now it's better.
Well, I know. What was he doing? Was he like setting something up?
Yes.
And everybody could hear it.
I didn't even know it was playing.
So listen,
we couldn't hear it.
Hey man.
Yeah, because you have to
there was a missing thing.
You have for it to be heard in this room. You have to click another button when you add a new thing, and that hadn't been clicked. So everybody on YouTube, just pretend you didn't hear that.
Yep. Apologies.
All right.
I mean, keep it up, Nick, because people are going to go to the station with more commercials. You keep on doing this. So just
amateurs.
This is the wrestling spectacular here. You're putting in jeopardy.
Hey, between the name thing and the booze getting played, Nick.
Not off to a good start, right?
He's got one foot out the door, man. I mean, he's leaving.
Oh, good.
Like
Nico style,
I'm glad
man.
we could reference
Nico
that.
style.
Yeah, he's going to UCLA.
Yeah.
He's
going
probably
that
going
West
across
Coast.
the street just to play commercials.
Going that West Coast. All right.
All right.
So this is the trial run.
So this is going to be the trial run.
So we each get names too?
I'm going to introduce you.
Okay, cool.
You might want to write down your name now that I think about that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
But I didn't want to give you your names beforehand. I gave you your finishers.
got it.
Yes, so we have the finishers in front of us. What are finishers
That's
called?
all we have.
Yep.
That's all you have. All right.
Okay.
We good?
Let's go. Austin's going first.
All right, here we go. So, as you mentioned, WrestleMania, big time moment, big opportunity, big card, not a lot of good stories. Unfortunately, we are here for the contract signing for you guys. You guys didn't make it on the main card. You're on the pre-show, but that's okay. Every pre-show needs a main event, which is also not you guys.
Are we selling merchandise at the same time too on the pre-show?
You're doing what you have to do.
Buy some T-shirts?
You're going to talk to Wade Barrett, and then you're going to go in the ring and have a strap match, ladies and gentlemen.
A strap match?
This is a strap match for the Intercontinental Championship.
Okay, and my pen's not working.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. And it's a strap match. Gotcha. Okay. And Brent, if you don't know what the strap match is, you basically take this giant leather strap, you
like
tie
I've
it to
seen
each
that.
other, and then
So you're connected.
You're connected.
Yes.
You have to touch all four corners to win.
Yep.
Connected to Austen Lane, or connected to your opponent.
Okay.
I should say.
I like that. Okay, I'm gonna use that.
Nick, are you ready?
Wait, what's my name? Okay,
I'm about to do it.
Sorry, dude. All right.
All right. Your challengers, if you will. Introducing first. Hailing from the land of mosquitoes. Weighing in at 242 pounds.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, not bad.
He is not the Intercontinental Champion, but he wants to be. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Silas Venom.
Can I get his name though too, so I can know I'm calling out?
I gotta introduce him.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
Boo.
I like it.
And his opponent. From the Dunkin' Donuts capital of the world. Weighing in at 150 pounds or so.
Gosh, I wish.
Oh, good. Need that for next time. He is the Intercontinental Champion of the world. Showtime. Samuel Sparks.
It's as loud as the cheers are. They're
I
polite.
told you to skip 8 seconds, Nick.
Oh, that's right. I couldn't do it. It restarted.
Sorry, but what's his name again? Samuel what? Sparks. Gotcha.
Samuel, Showtime Samuel Sparks.
All right.
SSS.
Gentlemen.
Hey, you might want to lower everybody's audio a little bit, by the way, or it's going to be very overmodulated, Nick. I got a feeling there's a lot of yelling going on here in a second.
Gentlemen, we need to get this contract signed one way or another.
Ready to go?
You have the floor.
All right. Samuel Sparks. People say that we're connected in more than one way. I look at you and I don't see it. I don't see the connection. You're 150 pounds from the land of Dunkin' and Donuts. You're, 6 foot nothing. And then you have me in front of everybody to see in the great city of Jacksonville, Florida, where you guys seem to base hope and you revolve around your whole moniker of sunshine and rainbows. I'm here to remind you right now, you can have all this hope. I'm the dose of reality that you need, okay? Because behind hope, there's always disappointment. Much like your football team with your quarterback and much like the whole city of Jacksonville in general. I am the dose of reality that you need. And how fitting that we're going to be connected in a strap match, because when I put the swarm on you, you better believe that you may stop a couple mosquitoes, but you won't take out the hive. And I'm going to be that dose of reality that reminds you that sometimes the good guys don't win. Boo! I guess we just completely forgot about the audio. It's all good, though.
Hey, Nick! I'm figuring this out. Oh, damn! I got hieroglyphs for an instruction manual back here. I asked you if you felt good.
All right, this is a trial run. That's okay. The next one's got to be better.
Yeah, it is a trial run. It is a trial run.
The next one has to be better, Nick.
I love that in the background you hear, I'm working on it.
I know, that was good.
I don't know if you can hear that.
That was classic.
I'm working on it.
Yep.
All right.
Do I get any? I just go.
You respond to what he said.
Okay.
You have the floor. Oh, no.
Silas Venom. Look at this right here. This is the belt. 150 pounds, strapped muscle. So get ready for this strap match. Silas Venom just filled with Dunkin' Donuts kind of dough. You've got nothing on SSS. Showtime. Samuel Sparks. Here for the crowd. Look at the hair. Put some makeup on this thing. Everybody here in Vegas is here to see this show right here. Silas Venom, the lights are bright. The camera's ready to roll. And you're going to see some action here in Vegas for the Intercontinental match that's going to stay right here. No, you're supposed to cheer me.
No, you gotta cheer. He's the good guy. I'm the bad guy. It's okay.
He's a fan of the heel. It's
all right. Okay, he's a fan of the heel. All right.
One?
So do I rebuttal it back? Or
if you'd like.
Okay. Well, yeah, then we go one more time. Yeah, sure. All right. So we're going to get the booze? Are we ready to go before I get into it?
I got to go again?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's one more time, right? All right. I'm going to tell you what, Showtime Sparks, if that's what you're calling yourself. That belt looks fantastic on you, and it's coming home with me. Because Showtime's about to get canceled. And you can talk about all the makeup that you wear and everything, but when I take your face and put you in the swarm and there's blood all over that pretty little nose of yours, there's not going to be enough makeup and concealer, I think that's what you call it, to cover it up. Because you're going to be disfigured. That's all I got.
Oh, there you go. That's good.
You suck. You suck. You suck.
Oh, man. Brent, anything else? Oh, sorry.
Good.
Showtime?
You're good.
Okay. Do you know what's awesome? Before we started this, I showed him a bunch of Macho Man promos. I feel like he's channeling the Macho Man there a little bit.
I literally had to ask him, like, you've got to show me what this is supposed to look like.
You crushed it. You crushed it. Yep. And now that we have the audio going, all right, we got something now.
All right, you guys feel good?
I like being the guy people are rooting for.
Well, do I have bad news for you, my
Brent,
friend?
you are the bad guy now.
All right, here we go. Brent, also, I do just want to let you know, this is your finisher.
I don't... Can you whisper this to me real quick?
I'll text
you. Did I do the finisher wrong?
Well, no, but it worked. But basically,
you have to mention it.
He did, but he just didn't. What you want to do? Like he said, he was going to put you in the swarm.
Is that was your finisher?
Yeah, my finisher was called the Swarm.
Okay,
and I was from Mosquito Land.
Okay,
yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this is your finisher for the next one. That's for you, my guy. Yep. Feel good?
I can't read Casey's writing, so I got it.
What do you mean?
Okay, no, that's what it is. Okay, I'm making sure. Gotcha. Okay. I was making sure I was reading the finisher right. I got it.
Nick. You do not want this. I'm really going to wrestle Nick. It's not going to be a work or nothing. All right.
Okay.
All right, here we go. This is the real deal.
Okay.
You have your notes?
I gotta take more.
I'm getting ready to take them.
This may be personal. All right. You guys may have to get personal on this one.
Okay.
If you've listened to the show before, back when it was a proper show, no offense, guys.
No, you're good.
Like back when I was in charge.
No, taken.
There may be some callbacks here. There may not. You never know.
Oh.
Good. I like it.
But here we go. All right, gentlemen. Once again, next new year, new WrestleMania. Unfortunately, you are still not on the main card. The fans have spoken.
Another Intercontinental Championship.
Oh, this one's even bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big year for WWE. It's currently not what's going on as the next WrestleMania. So you guys are unfortunately on the pre-show, but that's okay. This match was the first of its kind. We need the contract signed for a Thanksgiving dinner match.
That's kind of good. I like that.
There will be all kinds of instruments in the ring that you can use to batter your opponent. Tables, chairs, bowls, even a full turkey. Not live, cooked turkey. May also find some other Thanksgiving condiments, cranberry sauce and whatnot. It's simple, though. You just need a 3 count, 1, 2, 3, but there is no disqualification, so you can hit each other with any items you find in the ring.
Okay.
And this match will be for the United States Championship. And that's fitting on a Thanksgiving dinner match, is it not?
I like that. U.S. Championship. Okay.
And here we go. The challenger. I got to change the weight since last time I was a little off. Weighing in at 167 pounds.
I wish.
He is the mucousy menace from Massachusetts.
What
the notorious Booger. We need the booze nicker. We need the booze nicker.
Boo. Nick, boo. Boo. Nope, nothing.
Sometimes the buttons don't work.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
The Booger, ladies and gentlemen.
The Booger.
Perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what I was hoping for. Thank you. And his opponent. Known for his happiness around the holiday season.
Great.
They call him Mr. Thanksgiving because he likes to stuff. Pause.
Let's go. Yeah, pause.
He is the United States champion. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Free range hot buns.
Oh, I got PTSD. Oh, no. I'm on my element here. I never thought I'd hear free range hot buns again, but here we are. Okay.
Trying to reference back to some of the callbacks.
That is a giant callback. In case you went in the archives for this one.
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I don't remember the context of it.
Oh, man.
Just tell him he's terrible first. Booger, you have the floor.
I got the floor, huh? All right, here we go. I feel like I'm waiting on music. I don't need music here yet.
No, but you can see the crowd boo's going a little bit. Getting ready to talk.
There it is.
Nick?
The one fan interested in this match?
I know, right?
Yeah, the one fan. U.S. Championship here on the line in Vegas against Mr. Thanksgiving. Free range hot buns. This is the title I gotta come get. You're talking about the mucousy menace from Massachusetts. This guy sitting in the corner eating pickles, olives, and cranberry sauce along with his buttery hot buns.
You suck, Booger.
This is going to take no time at all to blow him out. Forget about 1, 2, 3. Just blow him out.
I heard a you eat boogers
The
from
mucousy menace from Massachusetts coming for the title. U.S. Championship is all mine in just a matter of moments. Free range hot buns is cooked.
You eat boogers. You eat boogers.
Oh, man. I love it. Okay.
Free range?
God, that's a lot to work with there, man.
Get my audio.
Or not a lot to work with.
Get my audio. Let's go.
I literally almost blew snot into my hand, by the way, right there.
Booger from Massachusetts, as I'm going to call it. It's very fitting that we're having the Thanksgiving dinner match for the U.S. title, for the U.S. Championship. Because much like Shania Twain on Thanksgiving, I'm going to give you all the hits. And when I bring those barrage of hits on you, Booger, oh, we're not done. There's going to be an arsenal of drop kicks. There's going to be a side of headlocks. There's going to be a little on top portion of, do I dare say, violence. And I did not forget about dessert, because for the last course, I'm going to put you in the stuffer. And when it's all said and done, I will be walking out once again the U.S. champion.
Yeah! The champion's here.
You guys are cheering for a guy named Free Range Hot Buns. The stuffer? The stuffer?
We love the stuffer, boo!
How do you like your turkey?
He's gonna stuff you, Booger, boo!
You have a turkey fryer? This guy is fried. Championship no longer. Once again, this is going down easy. This guy from Massachusetts,
Sweet boogers.
the booger, ain't losing to a guy named Free Range Hot Buns. Bring it on.
You suck.
Las Vegas, please. How fitting of a guy to talk about turkey when I'm looking at a drive turkey right in front of me, Booger. Ooh. So with that being said, y'all better tune in, because it's going to be violence. It's going to be a feast of fists, because once again, when Mr. Thanksgiving, a.k.a. Free Range Hot Buns, comes to town, I'm walking out of Vegas the champion, and you're walking out, Booger, getting wiped. Or eaten. I don't know. Gross. See ya.
Just remember, as you're eating your Thanksgiving dinner,
He's coming back for more.
He's not done.
He's not done.
you got a booger stuffed turkey.
You are.
I wish I had thought of the booger stuffed turkey line a little earlier.
Oh, that was fantastic, Brad. That would have put you on the top right there.
Hey, Nick, I just want to give you some credit. You really came together there at the end.
Yeah, not bad.
I just gotta get my legs under me. We're
I don't
good.
know how you guys do this stuff,
Man.
I'll tell you what. I'll give these wrestlers a lot of credit. I don't know how they could keep a straight face during some of this.
Yeah,
Or even when you were watching it, you probably wonder the same thing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's got,
dude, it's a talent.
It is a talent,
especially like
because I'd just be dying laughing.
When you have like 50,000 people booing. Like, yeah, it's wild.
I mean, you
man.
got to really get in the moment, but I guess that's acting too. Like I wouldn't be very good.
Well,
at acting
there's
either.
scripts, but sometimes like the script doesn't go like you want it to. You have to go off script and improvise.
And you can't get freaked out and all that.
Crazy, man.
It's pretty I mean, I always say that. We talk about it a lot. It's a talent.
Yeah.
All right, that was kind of fun.
That was fun.
You don't remember when that lady emailed him and called him Free Range Hot Buns?
I knew like someone, but I didn't know. Do you know why though?
It was a birthday thing.
So
right?
it was a birthday thing, and even though my birthday is in November, like I guess it was like the whole month.
She used to send out the birthday, and there was always some play on something.
Yeah, so it was the whole month.
Oh yeah. Oh, so it
That's
wasn't
what it
like
was.
a listener. It was from I remember.
Because I'm early November, but
That's
like, it was the
right,
whole
that's
month of November, and she goes, "Happy birthday to
right.
Mr. Free Range Hot Buns."
That's right. Gosh, I tell you, man, I'm getting old. I can't remember.
And
You
I had
guys
the
have good
lawyers.
memories.
I mean, she's lucky. She's super nice, and that's one of my
She is
homies.
great.
I mean, dude, that's my girl right there. But
You were hot. You came in mad.
anybody else though would have got the lawyers.
we had a blast.
I made it into a promo.
Yeah,
You knocked that one dude out in a fight. I called you Free Range Hot Buns.
Yeah, that's right.
That was good.
Good times.
That was good remembering right there.
Yep.
I called you Booger because you're nasally, bro. Get that figured out.
It's been a tough.
I was wondering.
It's been a tough week.
I thought was there an incident when I left the show where like there's boogers involved?
No,
Like,
this
I'm
bro's
like,
just constantly
sounds
blowing
like-
his nose.
I'm like, sounds like
Well,
I got out the right
plenty,
time. If that was
well,
the
you
case.
didn't have the allergies this week. It's just been more like a little head something.
Toilet paper rolls all over, just empty because Brent's blowing his nose.
Hey, listen, sometimes I always don't watch the show all the time. I try to hide behind this thing if it's dripping down.
See? It's perfect.
It was perfect. Between Dunkin' Donuts and that, it was perfect. There we
go.
All right. I knew we got till 1 o'clock.
Yep.
So probably really more like 55. So let's get the predictions in. Let's not go to break.
Okay.
Let's,
All right.
let's
Nick!
start.
Well, we're asking a lot of Nick right now.
Number one!
Or does he need a break to do it?
Nick, do you need a break?
No, I got him.
Number
Unless
one!
Casey tells me he's wrong.
What? There you go.
Oh, wow, look at you.
So, yeah, basically what you're going to see is all of the matches from night 1 and night 2 of WrestleMania. This will kick off WrestleMania, one of the biggest matches, one of the most invested storylines on the card. On your left, you're both looking on the left. Yeah, that makes sense. On the left, in the sunglasses, that is main event, Jey Uso. He will be taking on the Ring NRL, Gunther, for the World Heavyweight Championship, Brent.
The Ring NRL.
What do you think?
How do you spell that last name?
Gunther?
Gunther. He's the ring general, but he's from like Austria, so there's no.
So it's silent
Yeah.
H, silent G. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now.
And he's
I gotta believe he's the heel, right?
Gunther is the champion. He is
he
the
the
current
heel
champion.
guy?
He's the heel.
Gunther is the, I mean, look at him, Brent.
Yeah, I mean, I got
is that face winning anybody over?
Well, I know, but the other one could.
It will be a major moment when Jey Uso makes his entrance. It will be one of the biggest moments. He's the people's champion.
So the reason why Jey Uso's got this title spot is because of the entrance, really, because everyone kind of gravitated towards it.
All right. Well, if that's a hot thing right now, and we need more storylines, Mr. Sunglasses is going to get it done.
We shouldn't have said anything about the entrance. I feel like that kind of put Brent over the top a little bit. We can't sway him.
That's fair.
Yep. I also have Jey Uso winning this one.
Number 2.
Oh, what? What's written on his glasses?
Yeet.
Give me Gunther.
Yeet.
Oh, Nick.
Nick's in the game.
Gunther. Nick can play.
The Ring NRL.
Oh,
Are you doing any predictions?
Me? No.
No.
I don't want. Oh.
I think Jay's going to win.
And by the way, me and Casey on the Scrap House, we did our predictions, and I feel like we have the exact same lineup of who's going to win, who's going to lose.
Nick, if you got a prediction, feel free.
I will not have the same as you guys.
I hope not.
I'm pretty convinced.
Yeah.
Second match of the night. No story here. No story whatsoever. On the left, your current World Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders. Some big humans, if you will.
Yes.
And on the right, one of the most legendary tag teams of all time, the New Day.
You've probably seen them before, Brent.
I think I have seen them, yeah.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Those beards are good, man.
They are good beards.
I think they retain the belt. The beards win.
The War Raiders get it done?
Yeah.
Well, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Go ahead and give me, like, what's the whole point of this whole New Day storyline? Them turning heels, them turning on Big E. Like, you got to have some kind of payoff. I think the payoff's going to be they win it.
Agreed.
Okay.
Nick?
I'll go with big man strength here.
Okay.
Dude's on the left. Don't know their names, but dude's on the left.
The War Raiders.
War Raiders.
Number 3, Nick.
Let's see.
It's an up and down one.
Yep. This one.
Attaboy.
There we go.
Doing a great job, Nick.
No, not bad, Nick.
On the left, in the blonde hair, that is Jade Cargill, recently back from a vicious attack where she ended up through the windshield of a car. It took months to figure out who did it. Nick Aldis, do your job one time.
Former JU Dolphin, by the way, Jade Cargill.
Former JU Dolphin.
So she's continuing her climb.
Yeah, yep. She was with AEW, now she's with WWE.
Yeah.
In her second WrestleMania, she'll take on Naomi on the left, who, as we found out, was the one that attacked Jade Cargill and put her out for multiple months. Brent?
Oh, we're going to go home cooking here with the Dolphins in the Golfin' Green. Is she on the right?
Nope, she's on the left.
She's on the left.
Blonde
then we're not going to go home cooking with the Dolphin Green, but we're going to do home cooking with Cargill. And she gets her back to help create this storyline and elongate the storyline after going through the glass. This is a feel-good win for Jade.
I'm going to also take Jade Cargill here. Casey, let's let Brent just give his first initial thoughts without even telling him what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, I'm just like, let's let Brent take it all in.
What he's trying to say is I'm getting too good at this.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you've been pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Nick, number 4.
Oh.
Yes, Brent, you are too good at this. Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Rey Mysterio, who's actually like one of the few people I've heard of.
One, right?
Sure. Rey Mysterio,
Yeah.
El Grande Americano.
That's him.
No, Mysterio is the name I know.
Okay. But if you know, it means he must be old, right?
He is. I was a little surprised. It's funny you said that because when I saw his name somewhere else, and I was like, he's still doing it?
Oh, and he's doing it at a very high level. I mean, I don't want to sway you, but he's still, it's very impressive. He's a Hall of Famer already. He's still doing it.
Yeah, but it's time to bring some new blood into the fold, though, and retire the old guard. El Grande Americano gets it done.
You're going with El Grande?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, to give you a little setup, El Grande Americano is not a real person. This masked, mysterious man has showed up and really just run a real problem around WWE. He's from the Gulf of America, and he's one of the most legendary luchadors in the history of wrestling, according to Chad Gable. Now,
a real heel, Brent.
I just want to
real heel.
I just want to.
This guy's a heel. Yeah, nobody. I mean,
nobody likes
Gulf
him.
America. Yeah,
that's part of it. I just want to make sure that you understand this. This is not Chad Gable. This is El Grande Americano.
Okay.
If it was Chad Gable, would that change your mind?
No.
Okay, because it's not Chad Gable.
It's not Chad Gable.
It's El Grande Americano.
Even though El Grande Americano has the same tattoo on his back of like the USA Wrestling logo as Chad Gable, but it's not Chad Gable.
I got you.
Okay.
So you're still going Ray?
I'm still going.
No, he's going Grande.
Oh, you're going Grande. My bad.
Yeah,
My bad.
yeah. And I'm
Okay.
going Grande as well. Yes.
Nick, next.
I don't know what just happened there, but
yeah, you're
I'll
good.
follow along.
People who watch wrestling will get it.
It's not
LA Knight and Jacob Fatu. Is that what
Jacob
it is?
Fatu. Yep, this is the guy I showed you one of his promos. Bro.
Yeah. I like him.
Yeah.
Well, but I tell you what, man, LA Knight looks like Vegas,
Yeah.
doesn't he? Like he fits in Vegas.
Yeah.
And he's the champ.
Yep.
That's what the belt means.
What is what?
United States.
United States champion.
Oh, it's the United States champion. We're going heel here. Fatu gets it done.
I'm going Jacob Fatu as well.
Yeah, same.
Yep.
That's disappointing. All right, Nick, next.
Brent's locked in. Now it's almost like, why do you even watch wrestling?
Bro's watching.
Brent doesn't watch it, and Brent like knows exactly what's going to happen.
That's the thing. Bro's watching on the low, I'm guessing.
Oh, maybe.
No, not.
Ooh.
All right, it's a big one.
All right, I think I've heard of one of these.
Virtually
This
identical.
This is the big name.
You think you've heard of one of these.
The big name.
Yeah, you got it.
Stratton? No.
Oh, well,
actually,
yeah.
yes.
Wait, that's the smaller name.
On the left.
Oh.
That's the tiny name compared to the one on the right.
On the left is Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany Stratton.
Is the one on the right like a McMahon or something?
Close. No, but
Another
close.
big name in wrestling, though, Brent. We're getting there.
Another big name, Triple H.
That's also technically a McMahon. No.
Oh.
Ric Flair. It's Ric Flair's daughter, Charlotte Flair.
Yeah. Okay. there
Tiffany
we go.
Stratton,
Could've got
Charlotte Flair.
Yep.
And
For the
does it look
WWE
like
Women's Champion.
Stratton is the champion.
champ?
She's the champion. Yep.
It's Tiffy time, if you will.
Yeah.
This is tough. I don't know really where we are in the Ric Flair realm right now, but
Not as bad as Hogan.
considering Cena could outdo his total championships, I think this time around. I think Charlotte pulls the upset here.
So you're saying the clock is broken and it's not Tiffy time?
That's right, not Tiffy time.
And I agree with Brent.
Damn it. Next.
Brent, I'm taking Charlotte Flair as well. If you've been following the storyline, I feel like Charlotte can't lose this.
It's been bad.
I don't like being as.
Do you think if we're all on the same page, maybe it'll be surprising? Oh, this
is your main event of night one.
Is Fatu in two different things?
Nope.
That's
different.
not Fatu?
Nope, that's his cousin.
Right. That's
Cousin?
Who's that?
Wait, which one are you looking at here?
Roman Reigns.
right.
Oh, I guess, yeah, they both.
Far right is indeed the tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
That's Reigns.
But that's his cousin, Jacob Fatu's cousin. Yes.
Oh, it is.
Or there's some kind of relation.
They're related.
Yeah.
In the middle, Seth freaking Rollins.
Oh, yeah.
And on the left, you should know.
Friend of the show.
You don't know.
On the left?
Friend of the show.
Yeah.
Names behind them.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, kind of behind him. Can't really.
I almost worked Punk into
Chunk?
our.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I almost worked him into like the bit here, but I couldn't find a way.
Yeah, he doesn't have boogers as much as you.
Yeah, he does.
Anyway, triple threat match. Who you got?
Yeah.
And to be fair, Brent, there's no right answer here.
Yeah. This is
yeah.
this is good playing off Vegas, by the way. I like this. I don't think Punk wins it. I'm gonna go with Reigns.
I too am taking Roman Reigns. Yeah.
You have to acknowledge your tribal chief.
Yeah, it's the tribal chief. Yeah, put the one up.
Sorry.
Nick, you sound like you had something to say back there with this one.
I don't know who's going to win it, but anybody besides the guy that his middle title name is freaking, give me a break.
Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah, give me a break. It's
okay.
No.
Well, Nick, who you taking, Reigns or CM Punk?
Just not Seth Rollins is what I'm hearing?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. I'm also
the whole
taking
freaking
Roman
thing
Reigns.
is kind of cringy.
Next.
I'm going to take Punk.
Ooh.
Just because, I don't know, I like him. I used to hate Punk. Now I kind of like him from what I've seen.
We'll have to get back on the show. We got to get him in the scrap house.
Yeah, you should get him in.
I'll reach out.
I'm not that up to
We
date.
did have him on the show back in the day.
We did.
He was
This
up in
is-
Chicago at the time, I think,
Yeah.
right? He was
Yep.
at AEW at that point.
He wasn't. He wasn't
No,
doing
not
anything. He
yet.
was just chilling.
He was just. That's right.
Should have got him when he got AEW.
Yeah.
We had Tony when they signed him. I remember that. We had
Okay,
him on
yeah.
radio. You weren't there. Anyway, this is the first match of night one, Brent. Or night two, I'm sorry.
Night two.
Take it
Women's
all in
World
here, Brent.
Championship.
Yep.
So we got a triple threat women's match.
We got triple threat here.
Title 9.
Title 9.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy work.
It's diabolical. Honestly, though, it does feel like this is it's kind of like a Title 9 match. If we're gonna be honest here,
I have
this was
no
just
idea
kind
who
of put
these
together.
people are,
Oh,
so
sure, absolutely.
I'm gonna take.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with. Man, she looks mean in the front, but
now you can't see their heights. But it's funny you say that, but go ahead.
Yeah, they are not actually all the same height as they appear on the graphic.
Okay, but in the one in the front has the belt?
Yes.
Correct.
The one in the front is Io Sky. She is your women's world champion.
I feel like in a weird way we're doing like Mugshot Monday differently.
This is definitely, for those listening, this is definitely
This is not Mugshot Monday.
Mugshot Monday.
This is not, you'll never see that again.
Damn.
But on the over the belt, I'm taking her to win.
On the right?
On the right, our right, yeah.
You talking about Mommy?
Sure.
Mommy, that's Mommy. Rhea Ripley? The one with the black lipstick?
Yes.
Yep, Rhea Ripley.
She wins.
Okay.
Dude, listen, you can't tell me you're not watching.
No, dude, I don't have her winning it.
She's the favorite.
She's the favorite. I'm taking Bianca Belair, though. I'm taking the one on the side. With the ponytail. And my son agrees.
On the left, Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair.
Next, I'm also taking Bianca.
You guys are all taking Bianca, and she's not the favorite.
I'm Team Brent on that one.
You what?
I'm Team Brent with Rhea on that.
If I recall correctly, Nick has got a thing for Rhea Ripley.
You
Not
may or
like
may not recall correctly. I'll plead the fifth.
Okay, he pleads the fifth.
How often, by the way, do you think belts get exchanged on WrestleMania? Do you think it happens more or less?
I think it happens more just because that's like the special moment.
And that's the way to flip a storyline and then
Correct.
elongate it for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
you essentially told a story all year because people love the adversity. You got to win the championship, and then they get there.
Yeah.
Fatal 4-way for the Intercontinental Championship. This is your champion. What you got?
Am I supposed to know who that is?
I'm just telling you who it is. I'm not swaying you at all at this point. I'm just telling you that's your champ.
Once again, this is a coin flip, Brent. Or a quad flip. I don't know how you'd say this. Yeah.
Double coin flip.
Double coin flip. There you go.
I'm going with the guy in the beard.
Finn? Going Finn Balor.
Yeah, I don't know.
Brent's got a feeling.
Look too eccentric on the right. I can't even put a face to the name on the left. I don't even know what that is. I thought it was like just part of the artwork.
That's Penta.
That's Penta.
That's a human being.
So maybe a little too strange to relate to the kids and everything. So,
Okay.
but everybody can grow a beard.
Well,
And
you should talk.
Brent.
so I'm going with the bearded one.
Going Finn Balor.
Finn.
I think I'm going far right, Dominic Mysterio.
You're going Dominic.
The
and I-
son of Rey Mysterio, if you will.
Oh, okay. Little next generation.
And I'm going Penta.
Next.
Oh.
Only because we're running out of time.
Yeah. Slam poetry off the way. That's okay, though.
Oh, boy. AJ Styles and Logan Paul. How do they want to write this script?
How do they want to write it, Brent? I
You
hear
know how they write
I hear you, Brent. I'm with you.
Oh!
How you want to write it?
Yeah,
I
I mean, they got to play Paul up is my guess. Are we still there? Like, it feels like this has been going on a while.
You don't have to play him
It's
up.
been going on forever, right?
He's
I
the
know.
most talented one in the business.
It's been going on for a long time, Brent. Funny you should say that.
He will mop the floor with AJ Styles.
So we'll go with Logan Paul,
Yeah, he will.
who eventually will be a heavyweight champ in this
yeah,
thing.
you will. Yeah, you will. Austin, who you picking, dog?
AJ Styles.
Since when? Next. Logan Paul gets
just because Casey's starting to tick me off a little
I'll
bit.
tell you
with
what,
how
we're
he's
doing a
acting.
heck of a job advertising here for.
Oh yeah, general. Yeah, we got a lot of free advertising.
Street fight between these two gentlemen. Brent, what you got?
We got the guy on the left. We got to start going quicker.
Okay, I'll take the guy on the right.
I'll also
Drew
take the guy
McIntyre.
You're taking Damian Priest.
I'll take the Scottish psychopath.
Austin's taking Drew McIntyre. Next,
He
should
does
be the
look like a strong man contest guy.
Right, he's yeah.
All right, this is a tag team match. The two on the left are the champs. The two on the right are the challengers. What you got?
I got the left.
Austin?
Well, I got the left as well.
I got the left as well. Last one, Nick. What do we got?
Oh Lord, hold on.
Hey, you've been great, by the way, Nick.
You've been fantastic.
Nick, look, I get
Sick
I
the
get
landing,
fired.
dude.
The whole thing is built
on.
to this.
Hold
No, it's
and,
fine.
And all of a sudden, Carrie Strug takes one little.
Oh, is this the Cena one?
Wobble on the
There we go.
There it is, Brent.
This is easy. This is easy.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it's hard.
Really?
No, this is John Cena all day. No. Because you can't just like flip the heel. You can't do this whole heel thing that gets everybody's attention and like. What was this now? Like a month and a half ago? It's not that long ago.
Yeah.
You can't live that storyline just for 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I think this has got to bleed into a little bit longer on.
This dude's This dude is watching.
Well, this dude is
I think Cena is going to get it done.
He writes newscasts.
And also,
he
by the way,
understands storytelling.
I feel like from the outside looking in, I don't know if you guys would agree, but has Cody Rhodes lost a little bit?
No.
Or no?
Unfortunately,
No, he hasn't. No,
He
he's
hasn't?
he's still they call him the quarterback
from
now.
a popularity standpoint, he's still
No, he's still that
way
dude.
up there.
Kids
Still
are
that
getting
dude.
neck tattoos as we speak.
Yeah,
Really?
He's still that dude.
Well,
So, I just feel like could like a Logan Paul be room to take his spot?
you know what?
Hey, relax.
We should do a whole nother hour.
Everybody
Could
relax.
Logan Paul
It's time
be
to
the next
stop.
top guy? Is Logan
Stop
Paul the
this.
quarterback
Stop
of
this.
WWE? I think so, Brent. I think
Stop
it's
that.
I think it's
Cena.
Before I bring back Mugshot Mondays, I'm taking John Cena as well.
John Cena. Clean
Yeah.
sweep.
Sorry, Ronan.
What are you doing, Dad?
Ronan, I'm sorry, dude. I know it affects us all. I understand that John Cena was always the good guy, and you came in at the wrong time.
The background noise today for this last hour has been fantastic.
I understand. My son's still a little emotionally drained from John Cena turning heel, but here we are. Sorry, Ronan. But hey, I bet Cody Rhodes gets it back eventually. There we go.
I don't care because he's trash.
Okay. All right.
Good stuff.
All right, great stuff. Thank you, Casey. Thank you, Nick, in the daytime for pushing all the right buttons.
All right, what do you think? We want to go NBA Slam Poetry?
We're good, man.
You're good.
No, you
we're good.
might as well because it's 57. So like we're not getting the full break in. We doing a half break or you want to?
No, we still get the full break in. We just roll it right after.
I don't know what that means.
No, we're okay. We're good.
We'll
man.
handle
That's-
that.
Yeah.
We'll roll the rest of the break in a couple minutes, Nick. But you're good on. We got a couple minutes.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Rollins. Well, okay.
Oh Lord.
Rollins, you want to dance or are you disappointed?
He's disappointed.
We're doing,
I mean, I only got.
I'll do it.
I only got 4 of them. I didn't. Yeah.
That's fine.
Sorry, I thought we were going 55. So.
Well, I screwed
If
up.
you got them,
Sorry.
get them.
Oh no, dude, it's not your fault at all. I thought I wasn't ready to do it because I thought we were gonna this was a great segment.
Yeah, and also pick John.
But you know.
I mean, everybody's down in here right now, Ronan. You're really bringing us down because of John Cena pick.
He's trash.
He's trash. It's been a lot of trash.
Should we just go?
You want to go?
I mean, should I do acapella?
Hit it.
Well, if Nick's got it.
Nick, you got the music?
Think I got it. Let me see. Yep.
It's gonna be
Playing
the
those
booze.
glasses.
Oh, he's got it.
All right, I only got 4 of them, so we'll make it quick. NBA Slam Poetry. It's playoff time. The lights are brighter. I'm talking basketball. Is Hamby gonna come in and interrupt me with about winless Spencer Strider?
Very good. I like that. Nice. Or at least a picture of his legs.
Right?
That was wild yesterday. I don't know if you saw that.
That was crazy. That doesn't look human.
If you got the time, we got the deer. Dame is back, unclotted, and he's in the clear. Dame Lillard coming back for the playoffs. I didn't know that's possible. I thought when they
What did
say
he
he
have?
had a blood clot in his
clots.
calf.
Wow.
I thought that was a season ender. Okay. Nico Harrison was told no to the round table. The Luka trade is passing the blame. Scientists are working hard, but still explanation for how things work for the NBA playoff games. Do you know? Like the playing games?
Not a clue.
No idea.
Still-
Why is the Heat still in it?
This has not.
No, it's so confusing.
It's never. It hasn't resonated enough yet. It's not
Not even
normal.
close.
Yeah.
And it's been a few years now, right?
Yeah.
Tyler Hero with a 37-point win. He's the Lord of the Underworld. Call him Timmy. You might want to put the Warriors in the finals right now because Steph is cooking something up, and the main course for the playoff dinner is Jimmy. Buckets.
Yeah.
Now, Lords of the Underworld and Timmy is a deep cut that most people probably won't understand.
Yeah,
but-
Brent didn't get it.
yeah.
I didn't. But Jimmy
South
Butler,
Park.
very
I saw
good.
his face.
Timmy. Yep.
All right. Have a good weekend, everybody. Nick, good work.
Well-
Enjoy WrestleMania. Well, somewhat good work.
Did he spell your name with a Z?
Oh,
Casey's still a little.
I kind of like that part.
That was kinda funny.
Actually,
Yeah.
I put that under the good work.
I didn't like that part. I've advocated for Nick a lot around here, and what do I get? My name with a freaking Z.
Nick, play us that leftover break if you can on the way out of here. And everybody have a great weekend, and we'll be in draft week by the time we come back at you on Monday. Action Sports Shacks primetime all weekend long, 10:30 on Fox 30, 11:30 on CBS 47. John Cena.
No, Cody Rhodes is better. Say it. Chat.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnicht has a treating you right guarantee. Courtesy, respect, fairness. And most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnicht. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnicht. GMC. We are professional grade.
The schedules are out for another summer of soccer here in Jacksonville with the Armada men's and women's under-23 squads, starting with the ladies and the home opener on May 24th. 2 weeks later, they're back in Northeast Florida for a June 7th matchup. The season wraps up with a pair of Friday night home matches June 20th and the 27th. As for the boys in blue, they debut against a couple league newcomers on May 9th and 17th respectively, with more home dates on May 31st, June 14th, and June 21st. All those matches are at Edward Waters University, and you can watch them live on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Those teams are a big focus on Fleet and Footy, covering the big soccer stories each week on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
I've been telling you about CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing for a long time now. Their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants.
We've had a Connecticut water softener and drinking water system in our home for more than 7 years. You can see the difference whether you're washing clothes, the dishes, or what I like to do most, fill this up for some coffee every morning, and mostly all day. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter.
Right now, you can get a free Connecticut reverse osmosis system with the purchase of a Connecticut Premier softener. The experts at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing will test your water for free and determine your water score. Don't know your water score? CGC will find out and recommend the appropriate Connecticut water treatment solutions so you can improve it. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Ask about our 90-day love it or leave it guarantee. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around, and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
When it comes to trucks, I know exactly what I want. And at Bozard Ford, they make it easy to get exactly that. Let's go make this truck a little more my style. With Bozard Built, I can create my perfect truck right here. Lift kit? Check. Premium wheels? You bet. Advanced lighting package? Oh yeah. The Bozard team works their magic. From bumper to tailgate, I'm making this truck mine. It's everything that I wanted and more. From the field to the gym to weekend adventures. This truck's built for my journey. Bozard Built. Customized for your lifestyle, built to exceed your expectations. Check out the inventory and available options at bozardbuilt.com. Unleash your dream ride. Customized, covered, and Bozard approved.